Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Peace, family. Peace, peace, peace. Peace and black power, family. Peace to Sunshine. Peace to Reno That. Shout out to Cart, Melanated God. Shout out to all the family coming into the building, man. Listen, man. Shout out to the family in Philly. Love from Philly. Love to all my Philly family. Okay? Shout out to all the family coming into the building. Miss Liz Brown. Miss Liz Brown, we talking to the ladies tonight. Man, listen, man, this is going to be, I want y'all to sit back, relax. Ladies, I want you to call in, do a little venting if you need to, do a little ranting if you need to. But we got some tough questions we got to ask today. Ooh, I noticed, look, the live ain't as jumping. See, when you start asking tough questions, the live don't jump off like usual, okay? The live ain't jumping off like usual. Where's the family from? Where's the family from? Shout out to Atlanta, okay? Shout out to Harlem. Shout out to New York, okay? Shout out to all the family. Shout out to the SIP. Mississippi, that's my second home. Shout out to Houston, Texas. Okay, the South is in here heavy. The North and the South are in here heavy. Where the West Coast family at? Okay, shout out to the brothers and sisters in Canada. Milwaukee, okay, here we go. Louisiana, Philly, we in here heavy. Albuquerque. Is that Albuquerque? Shit, I hope I ain't mispronounced that. It looked like Albuquerque. I'm going to just say Albuquerque. Is that Albuquerque, New Mexico? You dig? Shout out to the UK. Shout out to Maryland, Florida, Houston, New Jersey. But listen, family, let's get right into it. We don't want to play no games tonight, man. I've been warning y'all about this live for a while. Tonight, I'm talking to the ladies. Ladies, hopefully you come on the live. I want to request you to go live so you can get on here. Ain't nobody going to be grilling you or nothing like that. But we just want to have an honest and raw conversation from black man to black woman. And the reason why is I've been telling y'all for a while now. We are in times of war right now, family. And in times of war, we need the black household intact. We have to bring back the strong nuclear family. Okay? Fuck what you heard. All the BS people, oh, you don't need no nuclear family, goddammit. You need the black man, black woman, and black child together in 2022 in times of war. Okay? We got too many sisters single, too many brothers single, too many children growing up without parents. We have to bring this back because we are in times of war and we need that nuclear family. So tonight we're talking to the ladies. We're going to start with the ladies. I'll probably do the brothers probably next Saturday, or I might do it tomorrow. You never know. You dig? But I'll announce it before I do it. But we're asking a simple question because a lot last year, one of the great things that came out last year was a lot of people were having a lot of relationship conversations. Conversations about, you know, what black women need to do better, what black men need to do better. A lot of people, and regardless of what you think about the brother Kevin Samuels, he did spark the conversation that many of us need to have, whether you like him or you don't like him. So tonight I want to ask the ladies, really a two-part question. What do you want in a man? And what are you willing to do to get the man that you want? Let me say that one more time. Ladies, I hope y'all listening. What do you want in a man? And what are you willing to do to get the man that you want? We got to start with the basics. And brothers, tonight is a time for us to just listen. Don't be shaming sisters in the comment section. Man, y'all, that don't make no sense. This is the time for us to shut the fuck up, sit back and listen. Okay? That's something we got to do more in 2022 on both sides. When black men are telling you ladies what they want, shut the hell up, sit back and listen. Stop trying to change a Negro. Okay? And vice versa. Man, when ladies are sitting back telling you what they want, it's time for us to shut the hell up, sit back, and listen. Okay? You don't have to agree with it, but just listen. Okay? So that's what we want to do tonight. But before we do that, I want to say I had a lot of Negroes. If y'all don't know, go check out my page. Look at my last post. I was announcing this live. And on the post, I put a picture of Kevin Samuels. And a lot of people, a lot of ladies did not read the caption. And ladies, this is something I want you to work on in 2022. We're going to talk about this more when I bring the guys on here next week. Too many of y'all get triggered by such little things. Okay, I asked a simple question, and only, I believe, 2 sisters in the comment section actually answered the question. The rest talked about Kevin Samuels. And that is a big problem, because it highlights what many black men say. Y'all don't even know what you want. When we ask y'all a question, y'all start talking about everything under the sun. A sup for answering the damn question. Okay, I asked you, what do you want in a man? And what are you willing to do to get the man you want? And 90% of the women in the comment section were talking about Kevin Samuels. Oh, I can't believe you didn't put Kevin up here now. Why you put Kevin up here? This ain't the voice of the ancestors. Why you put Kevin up here? You're too damn distracted. And you can't even answer a simple question. Ladies, I'm going to need y'all to do better on that. And fellas too, because there was some fellas in there. And they're bucking their eyes. Why you put Kevin Samuels? Okay, why you put Kevin? This ain't got nothing to do with Kevin Samuels. This has to do with the question at hand, family. The question at hand. I put, go read the caption. That's what I want y'all to do. I talked about that on, what was that, New Year's, January 2nd. Reading is fundamental. People in here asking, why did you put Kevin? Go read the caption. I told you why I put Kevin. See, the problem is we don't want to read. We like to jump to conclusions. All right? But ladies, request to go live right now. I want you to answer these 2 simple questions. What do you want in a man? And what are you willing to do to get the man that you want? Fellas, I want y'all to sit back, relax. Ladies too as well. Sit back, relax, and let's just have the conversation. Black man to black woman. Because listen, we are in times of war. And if we're going to win this war, the nuclear family has to be together. We cannot win a war with 1 in 4 black women being married. Okay? We can't do it. We can't do it. So ladies, tonight we're asking you what you want. And what do you want in a man? So request to go live. If you want to go live to answer the question, ladies only. Ladies only. Let me say that again. Ladies only, because we usually have some bussy brothers coming on here. You know, wanting to talk for the ladies. No. We want to hear from the ladies. So ladies, request to go live just to answer the simple question. Ain't like I say, ain't nobody trying to ambush you. Ain't nobody trying to attack you. But we want some understanding as men. So let me go ahead and see who wants to go live. Hold on. Okay. So request to join, family. Request to join. If you want to go live, request to join. All right. Let me see. Give everybody a few minutes. Request to go live if you want to join. Ladies only. Ladies only. All right, hold on 1 second. Ladies only. All right, somebody said I'll go. Let's see if I can get you on here. See if I can get you on here. Hold on, we got people coming in. Peace, sister. How you doing? Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, good. Hold on 1 second. All right. Say something real quick for me, sister.
What's up, brother?
Okay. Good.
Take 1, 2. We good? Okay.
Yeah, we good. So the question tonight, of course, you know, I just said it. What do you want in a man in 2022? And what are you willing to do to get that man? So talk to us, sister.
I think it's good that you posed the question, because I'm not sure if on both sides, just given society standards of what's been expected of us, if we're even answering those questions correctly, right? Like I can say what I want, but based on the trauma and the history and society's construct of us and what they expect of us, can we really say to one another that that's what we need? And for me, that's the bigger and more important aspect of the conversation. I want a man that's stable. I want a man that's mentally healthy. I want a man that wants to be a provider. I want a man that's fun and charismatic. Okay. Right? We all sort of want very similar things, but as far as us talking about what we need, I think what we need to sit down and really think about if what we're wanting and asking for is going to be something that is going to make us a better person.
Right.
You get what I'm saying?
Right. Absolutely.
You know, I'm asking for all the things that I believe that I am,
Hmm.
perhaps.
Right,
You know,
right. So what do you believe you want right now?
I think
Because we know
ultimately I
things
want.
change, but
Mhm.
what do you believe you want right now?
I think ultimately I want someone that is intuitive,
Hmm.
that can see me as a work in progress. Because if it's not changing, it's dead, right? I
Hmm.
think a lot of times when we think about what we're asking for too, we want this very complete, neat, put together package without understanding that we are constantly growing and should be constantly growing and want to change. The
Right,
person that you meet today isn't going to be the person that you still know and love 10 years from now.
right,
We have to
right.
accept that those people are going to change, and we should want to see what those changes look like, what those desires are. So for me, I want somebody to look at me and go, I love this about her. I hear her. I want somebody that makes me feel heard, and that
Hmm.
also wants to understand what the best is that they can bring out in me.
Okay, okay. So let me ask this question. The average man, I believe the average black man, do you want a black man? Or let me not
Absolutely. Yeah,
assume. Okay,
it's
let me not
only,
assume. Okay.
yeah.
Cool, cool. So you want a brother. The average black man, I believe, makes 40 to $42,000 a year. Would that be okay for you?
See, that's a good,
You know,
I didn't know the average was that low
I believe it's that. I
for a
believe
black
it's,
man.
if
I'm
the
not,
family in the comment
I
section,
live in
y'all can check,
DC.
but yeah, I believe it's
I live
40 to
in DC.
42,000.
So in DC, the median is double that.
Okay.
So if you're asking me if 40 to 45 works, then in my mind, I'm automatically going to someone who just got out of college and is entry level. And,
Okay.
you know, I'm 39, so I don't know if that would actually work for me.
Right.
Now, if I met, you know, someone that is there and they have ambitions, they have goals, and let's say they are at that point or age and time and space in their life, then would I consider it a problem? I wouldn't necessarily consider it a problem because that's not necessarily speaking to his character. It would just be, how are we going to work on the potential? What is the potential? What's the ambition behind it?
Right. Right.
Right.
Right.
So,
Because, oh,
yeah.
go ahead. Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh no, because I was saying, I believe that's around the country. Somebody is checking for me, but I believe that is countrywide. So when we talk
Mhm.
about 40 to $42,000 a year, because we have more average black men than what we would call, just for lack of a better term, six-figure black men. You see what I'm saying? And we can't
Sure.
have all the black women wanting the six-figure man, because eventually some of y'all are going to be left out.
Well, see,
But
I
we
don't think also too, I think there's a misconception about when people go, would you want the man that makes an average amount of money? And that if I say I have to really consider what that looks like for me, that all of a sudden I'm jumping to wanting a six-figure black man. That's not what I'm saying. Do you get
Right,
what I
right,
mean?
right,
What
right.
I'm saying is that your monetary stance, right, where you at monetarily, speaks to the decisions that you have made as a human being
Hmm.
collectively. Okay.
Okay.
So if you're at a certain space and time in your life, and I'm going to look at the average that you're making against your age, right? Then I have to then say to myself, it seems like I should be able to deduce, right? Using my
Hmm.
intellect, that this person has probably not made the best decisions.
Hmm.
Or I need to find out what decisions led them to still be in this particular space. Like I said, someone fresh out of college making that in this area, right?
Hmm.
Okay, I can understand that. You haven't had the time, right? Or the experience to get you to a different level, right?
Right.
But if I'm talking mid 30s, 50s, or above, and you're making that, now I have to consider that perhaps you have made certain choices in your life that were not, I can only deduce that they perhaps weren't great choices. And that's what has kept you in this space,
Okay.
right?
So what you just said, it sounds like to me is you want a brother who can eventually provide. Even if he can't provide right now, he can eventually provide.
Correct. I want, you know,
Right.
you ultimately want to surround yourself with people who are going to, like I said, grow and change, right? If we're talking
Hmm.
about growing and changing, then what does that look like? That does reflect monetarily if we're thinking about it, right? If you start
Right.
a company and you're company isn't turning a profit and you're 10 years into that company, right? Then we have to sit down and have a conversation. What decisions are you making? Are you
Right.
making the right decision? Are you in the right business?
Hmm.
Do you get what I
So
mean? So,
yeah, of course, of course. I
yeah,
don't think it's anything wrong with that. As a man, I
yeah.
believe I should be able to provide for my family, and I think I should, if I can, be the sole provider for the family. That's
Hmm.
just my opinion. So we know you need a provider. What else? What else? Because we
Um,
trying to we asking women what they want, and I
sure.
want to, I don't want to leave this conversation vague today, where guys
Correct.
still don't know what women want.
Yeah.
So we know provider, and that's kind of universal. It's most women kind of want a brother who can provide. Okay, so what else?
Patience.
Okay, so
Again,
how do we quantify patience?
I think we quantify patience by having conversations like these with each other, right?
Okay,
If and dating intentionally, right? If you have the intention that you want to meet someone to find a life partner, that partnership is going to require an extreme amount of patience if you're going to be talking about being with this person for the rest of your life.
right.
So patience means putting into practice things between the two of you guys that are going to require you guys to talk about what it is that you're going to need me to be patient with, right? Like
Okay,
I know the flaws within myself, right? Let's
right.
talk about what are our issues that we know that we need help with, that we need growth with, the things that we need to sit down and possibly talk to a therapist about. I need my person to know that they're going to need to have a certain amount of patience, and I to work on it, right?
Okay,
What does
so
that look like in practice?
right, right. That can vary, huh?
It's I read, and it takes a lot of studying too, like that. I think that right now we really want to have these conversations. There's a lot of talk that we want to have. There's a lot of context that we want to cover, but we're not talking enough to people who have been successful and also to people who haven't been successful.
Okay,
There are articles that have came out recently, or one that I read specifically, and I'm sorry right now I can't pull out the context, but this journalist studied just people who had failed marriages and had gotten remarried and had successful marriages now,
right, right.
right?
Absolutely.
And in one of them, the woman said, patience was a big issue.
Okay,
And what she suggested was that partners do like a progress report. Every
right.
week, sit down and talk about, like, hey, where were my shortcomings? How can I make it better? 6 months, sit down and do that. In a
Right.
year, sit down and go over where you guys did well, where you guys didn't, and sort of work on a progress plan to work on those things.
Okay, okay. So give me one more thing. So we got provider, patience, and the reason why I say one more thing, I want y'all to give us three things because we know and nobody's perfect. Ain't nobody gonna meet your whole bucket list. It's gonna be you might be one dude in your lifetime that's that whole bucket list. You see what I'm saying? So
Mm-hmm.
give us three things now, and then after you give me these three things, I'm gonna ask you a few questions about like okay, because I didn't hear you say looks. So do you care if a dude is attractive or not? Or
Be
some
honest with
women
you, my
don't.
next question is going to answer that. It's
Okay,
it's
go ahead.
I want someone who is charismatic and knows how to have a good time. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like when they
Okay.
that whole girls just want to have fun thing, we do.
Okay.
If you are a fun, entertaining, light person that wants to go out, that plans things, that um, you know, is that keeps that inner child,
Right.
and you can see that person be that person throughout their whole life, like that's what I would be looking for and need,
All right.
right?
So you got right. So you got providing,
Mhm.
patience, and charismatic. Those are your big three.
Those are my
All
big.
right. So if we have a brother who is say 250,
Mhm.
5'9", 250, he's not really that attractive, but he meets those three things, you would be willing to give him a chance.
Yeah,
And because this is the other part, I think a lot of ladies don't think about. He might also have things that he requires in a woman.
sure.
You see what I'm saying? So if he says, okay, I'm providing, I'm charismatic, and I'm patient, but he says, I want you to be fit, feminine, submissive. Are you good with that?
No,
You're not good with that.
no, and that's okay.
Right, right, right.
You know what I mean? I also don't think that we need to limit ourselves to, you know, or into these very small boxes, right? Like,
Hmm.
so, and um and not be contrarians either. I'm not asking for anything that I can't give you.
But I think, but this is the thing I think I want many sisters to see, and we trying to get feedback because I understand that and I respect everything you said, and as a man, I got to work day by day to meet those qualifications that the woman of, I'm gonna just say, woman of my dreams might require of me. Men and women think different, so I think I hear a lot of ladies say, "Well, I can meet everything I want in a man, but that don't mean a man want you he wants you to be what you want in him, if that makes sense." So a man might not want you to be a provider. As a man, I'm doing the providing. You providing, that don't, I don't look for women with who make six figures. I don't really care what you make. Because as a man, I feel like it's my job to provide. You ain't gonna have to pay for me nothing anyway. You see what I'm saying?
I do, but everyone is technically still going to be a provider because I got to provide for myself
Yeah, okay, okay,
when I'm
that's
not
fair.
with someone. Do you get what I mean? So I couldn't, but I get what you're saying. And that's more of a societal thing, right? If I weren't in a position where I could provide for myself, would it be weird for me to say that I still want a provider? Not necessarily. But
Say
when
that
we,
one more time. Say that one more time.
if it's an understanding, society speaking, like it would be different if I wasn't in a position to quote unquote provide, right? And I asked for someone to provide, to be a provider, then that would be somewhat understandable. So there are going to be certain things that are going to fit the that sort of non-contrarian thing. But specific to what you were saying, I'm going to just bring it back to that. I don't think that someone is who is overweight can demand that the person that they date be someone who is fit. I think that that sort of falls into a very different category. And I only say that because that is just a contrarian way of thinking for me. That's just my personal opinion. That's just someone there's like some hypocrisy. Now we're talking about your character. Now we're talking about the way that you process information. To me, someone who asks for something that they can't themselves give, even in a broad painted brush, is a red flag. Does
Well,
that
I
make
think,
sense?
right, I feel what you're saying. I think there's always gonna be things that the other partner lacks though. I think in just every situation, I think those make the best relationships where, you know, masculine and feminine energy. Of course, I don't want my woman to be as masculine as me. I don't want her to match my masculinity. You know, I want her to be more feminine, you know, so we can have that balance in the relationship. Uh, but going back to the three things that you named, and I think this is where a lot of guys, we kind of have it choked up. Now we said providing, patience, and charismatic. Now, if I have my three things and I say that I want you to be fit, feminine, submissive, now you want to add I got to be fit too. So now you added more things to your list.
No, it's because I don't, like I said, I don't believe in just boiling it down to three things. There are complexities in people that are insurmountable. There isn't ever just going to be a three-prong thing that you can say, this is what we're both made out of, and this is what we're going to stick to. That's
Right.
the possibility around things. I think people need to understand that we're both complex individuals. And if you are going to ask me for something, then I'm going to have my standards and requirements, right?
Of course, as you
Okay.
should, as you
And you're
should.
going to have your standards and requirements too. Um, what I'm saying to you is that depending on what someone is also asking of me, it tells me a lot about their character. So if you are an unfit person, right?
Hmm.
Because we have to be twin flames, right? How am I going to be my best fit self if you don't even want to be fit? If you're already telling me by the decisions that you're making, right? I already can look at someone who is overweight and say they don't make the best decisions about their food.
Hmm.
That's a red flag because I want to be healthy. If I'm going to have children, I want healthy sperm to come into my body and make healthy people. So my problem is now if he's saying to himself, I have made these decisions and I plan on losing 50 pounds by XYZ date, and I'm in the gym every day, I'm making a conscious decision to become fit, and then he says I want a fit woman, that I could understand. But a
Okay.
guy who's just asking for that without there being a sub context to that that says, I want a fit woman because I want help getting fit or I am determined to get fit, that's where the question is gonna come for me. Does that make
Okay.
sense?
Okay. That makes perfect sense, and this is good. I'm not gonna say I agree with it. I'm not gonna say I agree with it, but I understand where you're coming from, and that's the main thing. So, last question, because I got some more women that want to get on here. Do you believe that you should have to compromise in what you want? Because it seems like you got a long bucket list, and if he doesn't meet every bucket list, then you don't feel like you should meet what he requires in a woman. So,
But
and
where's
that's
the
not. This
question
is
of the
literally a
long
question.
bucket list? What's the
But
added thing?
you said there's more things. I said give me three, because
Right.
the reason why I say give me three is because, like I said, in life, I don't believe it's nobody perfect. You
Okay.
be lucky if you got 10 things. Say you got 10 things, everything you could think of. You'll be lucky to get 9. You're super lucky to get 9 out of that 10. You'll be super lucky, but most people probably gonna meet 5 out of your 10. So at a certain point, do you compromise on that? Do you believe in I should have to compromise for these certain things? Or
It
like you say,
depends.
if he meets
Again,
your top three,
I
if
think
he's
again it
providing, he's
depends
paid.
on.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Mhm.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No,
I'm
go
sorry.
ahead.
No, I said if he's providing, patient, charismatic, fun dude, you love this dude, but he says, "Listen, man, I want a woman who's feminine and fit." Or do you make that compromise? Say, even though he's not feminine and fit, you know, I make that compromise.
Well, I don't want a man that's I think the confusion around the matching and this mismatching of human beings as men and women is I don't want I'm not asking for a man to be like a woman. I'm not asking for women to be like men. I don't think that that's what the compromise is, because we both have our equal different set of strengths. What I want, right, if we're looking at the African spiritual pan-African way of thinking for a man, I want a man to look at himself and say, I want to meet those things, right? And you
The
would
things
want
that
a
you want.
woman, the things that I believe. And from if we're talking, if we're going to add spirituality, African spirituality in there, of what I think you should be meeting as a spiritual being, right? We each
Mm-hmm.
have two separate strengths, and we should be wanting to be the strongest in those strengths that we should be as male and female. Now, as far as compromising, again, it depends on what we're asking for. It depends on why we're asking for those things. If you were, if it, I don't know what your definition of submissive is.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have a problem with submitting to a leader. Okay, I don't have a problem with submitting to someone that I respect and honor as a human being. And that
Mm-hmm.
goes for anybody who I'm going to let lead me, right? But if you are asking me to be submissive when you yourself have not educated yourself or strengthened yourself enough to be the leader, then I can't compromise on that, because you are not in a place to lead, so I can't submit to your leadership or your lack thereof. So people have to ask themselves, again, that's why I said, think about what you're asking and why you're asking it, and if you have the right to ask those things of someone.
Okay. Okay. Well,
So,
sister, this is powerful. I appreciate you. I'm gonna go back and review it, listen to what you said. Hopefully, a lot of brothers listen to what you said. And like I say, I ain't gonna say I agree on everything, but that's the beauty of this conversation. We spewing knowledge and ideologies off of each other. So I thank you and I appreciate you.
all right. Thank you for the time. Have a
All
good
all right. Shout out to that sister. Okay, shout out to that sister. Very interesting dialogue. Very interesting dialogue, family. Let's get some more ladies on here. A lot of ladies been requesting. You know, it always takes one to warm you up. Okay, let's get Miss Lade. Is that Miss Lade? Let's request her. Let's to see if she's trying to get on still.
I didn't think you were gonna pick my request that fast. Hi.
Of course, sister. How you doing? How you
I'm
doing?
good.
Let me. We
So
gotta see your face though. Where you at? Where you at?
I'm not even dressed. Okay,
Oh my
hold on one
lord.
second. Hold on one second.
Oh goodness.
Give
Come
me
on,
just a
sister.
second. Hold on.
I got you. I got you. Our sister, you know, getting her
And I have
clothes
a bonnet
together.
on. Don't judge me, okay?
Oh no, it's all love. It's all love.
Okay, this is great. I
We
can't wait to
want
the
the knowledge.
conversation. Hey, y'all.
All right. How you
Okay,
doing,
better?
sister? Yes,
I'm wonderful. How
absolutely.
are you?
Absolutely. So, we asking the question tonight. I'm sure you've seen the question.
Yes.
What do you want in a man, and what are you willing to do to get the man that you want? So talk to me, sister.
So, first of all, that's a great question. I feel like it's a conversation that's not had enough.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest thing, I'm going to start with myself because I can't project on what I want from a partner. I want a partner, right? So I can't project what I want in a partner before I'm willing to do the work on myself.
Okay.
So for me, what I've done to prepare myself for a partner is gotten really clear about who I am. I've gotten really clear about my emotional health. I've gotten really clear about my mental health. I've gotten really clear about my femininity. And I've gotten really clear about my role as a woman and a leader in
Mm-hmm.
the community as a woman. I feel like even listening to the last young woman speak, and all respects to her based on her perspective. But one thing I learned from a male is that he's more on a biblical. He follows the Bible principles, but his biggest thing was, me personally, I don't have a problem with submitting to a man because I'm still going to submit to the natural order of things. You see what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? I don't
Mm-hmm.
need him to do anything special or particular for me to submit to him, because if he loses me being in his life, then that's not my fault. I'm going to show
Mm-hmm.
him what love look like. If I give you the job and you don't qualify, or if I allow you in my space, when you leave, you'll be like, dang, ain't nobody like her. Like,
Right.
I messed up. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm not going to change and say, well, he got to give me something to submit to. I'm going to be naturally in my submission. And
Mm-hmm.
he's going to be able to enjoy the fruit of being around a feminine woman. That's my personal perspective, because that's who I choose to be, because that's
Right.
me knowing myself.
Right.
As far as my partner and the person that I want to be with, I want to be with someone who's emotionally, mentally stable, and someone that is willing to say, damn, baby, I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, we a team. What we supposed to do? Someone who is okay with us working together and us building something together, rather than it always being like, well, you need to listen to everything I say, or like someone that's going to respect my mind and respect my views and respect our culture and respect that, not all Black women look like European Anglo-Saxon women. That doesn't make a woman beautiful. Like, I want a man that can see a Black woman and be like, that's a queen.
So
I mess with
understanding,
her.
understanding. If you had to put it in one word, you would say you want a man who's understanding.
I would want a man who has knowledge of self.
Okay, knowledge of self. Okay.
That's major. And I think
Okay.
that because there are so many people that are projecting this narrative in our community, that we don't know who we are. So
Mm-hmm.
we try to be like everybody else and think that everybody else has the vision of what works for the Black family or the Black culture, and then they'll steal from us and then tell us that we're doing it wrong.
Right.
So and so knowledge of self is major. I also
Okay.
want a man that loves God, because if you love God, then you're going to love the God that's within you, because you
Now,
understand
what's God? Now, what's God?
God is
Because
creation.
that's a powerful word. A lot of
God is
that got
creation.
okay. God's
God is
creation. Okay.
creation. Because everything that you do, you're creating something. It's all about the intention that you put behind what you're doing. Everything you do, every word that you speak out your mouth, you're creating something. Every thought that you think, you're creating something. So
Mm-hmm.
even to kind of allude to what the young lady was saying about a person that's overweight or whatever the case may be, that person may have a medical condition. See,
That's
when
true.
you're working with your partner and you vibing with them and you say, that's my guy, I'm gonna try to figure what's going on with my guy. I'm not gonna look at him and be like, well, I'm not physically attracted to him. But if you're not physically attracted to him, you might want to just not rush into a relationship with him. Get a chance to get to know him first, and
Mm-hmm.
then be like, dang, okay, he kind of sexy. Let me put him on some Levi's and see what we
Right.
can do with that. You know what I mean? Like, there
Mm-hmm.
is levels to this. So, and I definitely want a man that's mature. And when I
Okay.
say mature, I don't mean an older man, 50s, 60s, whatever. I need a man that's mature no matter what his age is. That means that he can control his emotions. That means if something happens, he's able to think logically, because if you can't control your emotions, anything can take you out of where you're trying to go.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I
Okay.
don't know if
So
that was
let's do the like I did with the last sister. So
helpful. Hey, sis.
you said three things. Now these is your top three things,
Mm-hmm.
right? All right, so top three things. So you say knowledge yourself,
Mm-hmm.
knows God, and is mature.
Yes.
Okay, so if I got a brother who is average looking,
Mm-hmm.
who's overweight,
Mm-hmm.
makes $40,000 a year, that's
Mm-hmm.
all he's ever gonna make.
Mm-hmm.
Because a lot of women, you know, sometimes they think I can get this $40,000 a year dude and I can make him a millionaire. No.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody ain't gonna be no millionaire. He's
Mm-hmm.
40,000, but he's a hardworking brother,
Mm-hmm.
and he got knowledge of self. He knows
Mm-hmm.
God, and he's mature.
Mm-hmm.
Is that would you deal with that man?
My goal is
Would
to
you?
add to him. My goal is to add to him. See, that's the
But what
thing
if
where
you
a
can't
lot of,
add? What if you can't add?
well, why am I there?
Because
Because
he
let me tell
has
you
knowledge
something.
of
Hold on,
self.
hold on,
He
hold on, hold on,
knows
hold on.
God, and
But
he's
this is what you
mature.
have to understand. This is what you have
Mm-hmm.
to understand about a good woman. This is what you have to understand about a good woman. A good woman comes to multiply. She's not just gonna
Mm-hmm.
sit around and lay on our back all day. We got things to do. So if
Mm-hmm.
I'm there, I'm going to add. If I cannot add, I don't need to be here. You see what I'm
Okay.
saying? Because if I have a plant and I'm not putting water on it, then that means that plant's gonna die.
Mm-hmm.
So that means that I come in with my knowledge of self, and I understand that I have a responsibility. I have a responsibility to, if he is waking up every day at whatever time, I need to make him some breakfast. If he is
Right.
coming in and his feet hurt, I might need to take his shoes off when he walk in the front door. And a lot of women don't think like that because we are brain, you know what I'm saying? Our
Mm-hmm.
mind is not, we like, and somebody said in the comments earlier about equality. I don't want equality with no man. You feel what I'm saying? I want to be a woman, period. I want to be a
Right.
woman. If my man say, baby, I make 40,000 a year, can we stretch this? We gonna eat collard greens and hot dogs, whatever we need to do, we gonna make it work. But I want to be able to rest in my femininity because a lot of power comes with femininity. Like, I don't want the power of a man because a man have a lot of responsibilities, but a
Mm-hmm.
woman, because of how we are, we're able to attract. See, that's the difference between a lot of women. That's why we have to understand what we do possess, because we attract things. If a
Mm-hmm.
woman is sitting in her femininity, anything will come to her. And if she's in her discernment, she'll be able to say, that's not for me. You
Right.
see what I'm saying?
So, and that's a beautiful answer.
Don't be
So,
judging me
like I
because I said
say,
hot dogs.
Say, that's all love. But like I say, so it's knowledge of self, knows God, and mature.
Mhm.
So, what if you have to go 50-50 for the rest of your life providing? Are you fine with that? Because
50,
providing was one of the
50
things,
financially.
yeah, so because providing one of the things that you mentioned. So I'm trying to, like I say, narrow it down for brothers because what it turns out, I think a lot of times a lot of women have these three main things, but when they get in a relationship, I need more, and I need more, and I need more, and the dude like, whoa.
So
So
can I ask you
you
a
see what
question?
I'm saying?
No, but and I agree with you to a certain
Because
extent. So let
and
me
let me
ask
say
you
this real
something.
quick, sister. Let me
Okay,
say this real quick.
mm-hmm.
And the reason why I'm saying this is
Mm-hmm.
because you had a beautiful answer. You said you want to stay in your femininity. But
Mm-hmm.
if you got to provide 50-50, you might get a little masculine.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? If you got to get out here and pay the bills and still got to come home, cook and clean, you might get a little rowdy like, dude, you're going to have to do more than $40,000 a year. So do
Mm-hmm.
you need a dude who can provide as well so you can stay in that feminine mind frame?
So can I ask you? I'm going to ask you a question. I'm going to answer
Okay,
your
go ahead.
question with a question real quick.
Okay.
If something isn't growing, what is it doing?
Dying.
Say that. If something isn't growing, it's doing what?
Dying, pretty
Right.
much. Yeah.
So therefore, if my partner, if we agree on these things, see, that's what happens. A lot of times people don't have these types of conversations. These are the real life conversations that people need to be having. Okay, baby, I might need you to, or baby, let's have a plan for, or baby, I'm gonna give you this money, and if baby smart, baby already put the money in crypto, buy NFTs, and we really don't have no rainy day. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, these are things and values that we learn from our great grandparents, where my great grandma had a whole jar of money and they never really had to worry about anything. And my grandfather worked, and she still worked. She did something that she loved in order to supplement. You know what I mean? That's where the teamwork comes in. It's not
Mm-hmm.
always, again, about everything, like even like dates, let's say. I'm not a type of woman that I'm like, you got to take me to the most expensive 5-star restaurant. You got to take me. I'm not that type of woman. You see what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Because if I really want to go to a 5-star restaurant, I can take myself to a 5-star restaurant. And that doesn't mean I'm making buku money. That means that, okay, I might want to take myself here. Let me budget myself so that I can do that for myself. You see
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to ask someone to do something that I'm not willing to do. And even with my partner, if he's doing his thing, baby, I got you. I already planned a little date for you. Like, let's go. What's up? Like,
Mm-hmm.
that's what it, I mean, because a lot of time, and I was on a panel speaking for something one time, and the lady, it was 3 men and it was like 5 women. And the lady's
Yeah.
like, I don't need no man. And I snatched that microphone out of her hand and I said, I need a man.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, there's nothing like making someone feel useless. Like I don't even understand that narrative of how women have learned to downplay men's existence. But at the same time, men do have a responsibility to change the narrative. That's the leadership that I'm talking about, as far as like, I wouldn't want that kind of responsibility. You see
Right.
what I'm saying? I wouldn't want that responsibility to really together carry a nation, because a lot of the men have the pressure of the nation on their back and women don't even
Right.
realize it. You
I
see what I'm
agree
saying?
with you. I agree
So
with you.
yeah.
And absolutely, sister. That's like I said. That's well said. Like I say, I'm just here to kind of, because like I said, a lot of women know what they want in a man,
Mm-hmm.
but you gotta also know what you're willing to do to get the man. You gotta
Mm-hmm.
also know that this man might ask you to do something that you might not necessarily agree with, but it's about the compromise at the end of the day. So I appreciate you coming on here, sister. Like I say,
Thank
I'm gonna
you.
watch the playback, and thank you
Yeah.
for your response.
And two, I want to say something to
Okay.
what you're saying. I don't think that it's very, very much necessary for a woman to do something to get a man. That's very, very important,
Say that one more
because
time.
I don't think that it's imperative for a woman to do something to get a man. The way you're phrasing that question. And the reason why I say that is because, again, people, not even just women, we attract what we are. We attract what we are. And so, therefore, if you are in a state in your life where you are constantly cultivating a better version of yourself every day, you're going to meet different versions of yourself every single day. And so, to say to someone, what are you willing to do to get a man? Some people going to die alone. And that's just the natural facts of numbers. Some people
Right.
are going to die alone, but are you comfortable enough within yourself to find all of the beautiful things within yourself and have the life that you feel like you deserve, whether you have a partner or not? And then, as people are passing through your life, are you mature enough to say, damn, I love the experience with them, damn, I love the vibe with them, but they might not be here forever?
Right.
And being able to appreciate the people that do pass through and appreciate the ones that stay. You feel
And
me?
absolutely, absolutely, sister. Let me be clear why I said that. What are you
Mm-hmm.
willing to do? I think it's a big misconception amongst women is they don't have to work to get a man. That a man's just gonna fall into your lap. I don't believe men fall into women's laps. We can say that I'll attract him, and a lot of women say I'm a manifest a man.
Mm-hmm.
It don't work like that, sister. It don't work.
Mm-hmm.
You have to work. You have to work to get a man. A man is something, he's a reward, just like a woman is a reward. Just like I can't walk up and bag Rihanna. I gotta work to get Rihanna. I gotta, you know what I'm saying? Not saying I want Rihanna, but just
Right.
using that as an example.
Mm-hmm.
Right. I gotta get my money game up. I gotta stay physically fit because everything is about competition. Life is about competition. Your dream man, I guarantee you, that's 100 other 1,000 women's dream man, and they compete. If you ain't willing to compete for them, if you ain't
I'm not.
willing to work for them, right, right, and that's fine. That's your
And that
opinion. But I think,
not
say
a
again,
bad thing. I said that's not a bad thing.
no,
It's
no, no,
just the
no,
everybody is different in the way of, one thing I know about my life and the way that God works for me is that anything like, sometimes God, I know that God's thoughts are greater than my thoughts. And I know that I might think I want this such and such a man that everybody want. And God be like, girl, if you don't come over here and get this other man that I got for you. So me being in alignment with my purpose and me being in alignment with the destiny that is on my life, and me knowing that I'm a woman of God, I'm a woman of faith, I'm a woman of morals, I'm a woman that have a, like, and I'm not even like, oh, I have so much to offer. Like, I'm not trying to brag on myself like that. But what I'm saying is, what is for me is for me. So I'm not gonna have to work for nothing or force nothing, except for
okay,
my, I can work and force myself to be the best version of myself, because again, that's gonna attract the people that are supposed to be in my life and the men that want me. And that is this is the thing, when you get a good partner, you have to work to keep the relationship. Now that's where the work comes in, because it's a such thing as natural chemistry, but what you're going to do to keep the relationship. You can get a man I can get a man right now, go outside and be like, you want, what's up? You can get a man anywhere, but can you keep a relationship is the difference.
okay, okay. I
Okay.
respect that. I respect that. I respect that. I ain't gonna say I agree, But I respect that, sister. But let me get some more people on here. I appreciate your time. And that was excellent. All right,
All
sister. Take care.
right. Bye.
All right. Bye. All right. So we heard from two sisters. Two sisters. I'll just add to that real quick with the sisters. I believe, some sisters believe you can, just have faith. I believe that work with faith without work is dead, family. I believe faith without work is dead. You have to be willing to put in the work for what you want. Ladies, that would be my advice to you. Not saying that I know everything, but you have to work and you have to compete for men just like men have to compete for women. I think a lot of men, we learn this at an early age because men, we have to approach women. Women don't approach us. So we have to essentially hunt for the woman that we want. And we have to win her over. We have to go out here and compete. We have to go out here and be physically fit. We have to go out here and make the most money. We're in competition. Ladies, I think my advice to ladies would be to do the same thing. It's cool to say that I'm a manifest him, but listen, it's 100 other thousand, it's a million women out there manifesting men. And at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, you got two sisters, you're going to have to compete for that man. I think so. That's just my opinion. But shout out to the sister. Like I say, everybody has a difference of opinion. But let me get somebody else on here. Let's see. Okay, let's get Miss Liz Brown. Then we're going to get Sir Vonchi, I believe that is. Then we're going to get Reading by Callie. Okay, Miss Liz Brown. Let's get Miss Liz Brown on here. It's a good conversation. Good conversation, family. Peace, family. Peace. How you doing?
Salute, King. All is well.
Peace. So we're asking the question, what do you want in a man? And also, okay, I think your audio is a little behind. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, so what do you want in a man? And also, what are you willing to do to get the man that you want?
So off top, loyalty, it would have to be a provider and a protector, pretty much.
There you go. I like a sister, straight to it. Loyalty, provider, and protector. Okay, so what are you willing to do?
Else.
Right. So if a man is, you said loyalty, provider, and protector, right?
No doubt.
Okay, so, I got to ask the same question I asked to the other queens. If a dude is 5'9", he's not really your attractive, he's not really attractive to you, and he's 250, but he meets these other three things, are you willing to compromise with that?
No doubt. Okay. Open and willing, because again, we have to understand that I think we come into a lot of relationships with these preconceived notions on what we've been taught in the indoctrination phase. Mm-hmm. And at the end of the day, it's really not, because if you're talking about the long haul, that's what you have to get clear with yourself, that everybody ain't for the long haul. And a lot of us, I think, especially, for me and Black women that I've been around, is you can understand your mental illness and your growth on the past relationships you had, and each relationship was supposed to be a stepping stone. Mm-hmm. And the bottom line, I think, with a lot of Black individuals, a lot of us have suffered from childhood traumas and things like that. And a lot of times, if we don't deal with that, then a lot of times the relationships we get in become toxic because we bond on certain things that we didn't have or what the world told us we were supposed to look for. Mm-hmm. So being 45 years old in my life, learning how to go in and not go out first, I'm understanding in totality, as long as the foundation of the man that I decide to choose is loyalty, him understanding the loyalty of himself, then automatically he understands what the loyalty means to be with me, because it's a team effort.
Okay.
And the balance for me is the masculinity and the femininity, because I need a man to be able to be intimate, and that don't mean sexual. A lot of Black men, due to trauma, for whatever reason, don't know what intimacy means. We're in an era where children believe that the intimacy is just going to bed with each other. And it's deeper than that. It's a spiritual thing,
Right.
But you have to understand who you are and not condemn or try to train somebody to be who they are. You have to have that loyalty of yourself, of knowing yourself, that you will never compromise yourself to an extent of allowing somebody to abuse you or misuse you, when you understand what that loyalty factor is within yourself. So it's
Right.
about being that balance, because it never boils down to money for me.
Right.
It's like a seesaw. When I'm up, he down. And then
Okay.
eventually we meet in the middle. And the bottom line is, no matter what we go through in this life, whether it be money or whatever, that we choose each other
Right.
at the end of the day.
Right. So let me ask you, sister. Let me ask you. He meets these three things, these criteria that we talked about.
Right.
And he says, in return, the three things that I want in a woman, that I want in my wife or whatever, is, let's just say, we're going to use the same examples: feminine, fit, submissive.
Okay.
Are you willing to do those things? And are you willing to continue to do those things if the money ain't right? Because some people, they'll do it until the relationship get rocky, then they'll fall out of it. Okay,
and see, again, for me, money has never been an issue, because I've been high maintenance to an extent of getting the time. And I don't want all of your time, but I just need that time for me to know that you for me and I'm for you.
Okay.
So the bottom line is, for me, it's not bending either way. It's, I'm going to be what my partner needs me to be when he's unable to be that. And if we're truly in tune with each other, he don't have to tell me that, because I'm tapped in.
Right. Okay.
And wherever I lack, he pick up. Wherever he lack, I'm gonna pick up. So
right,
it's a team effort.
Okay. I respect that. We appreciate you.
Hey,
I
say
appreciate
less,
your
King.
time, and I'm gonna get somebody up on here real quick.
No
appreciate
doubt.
you, Queen.
One love.
All right. All right, that was the good sister, Ms. Liz Brown. Let me get reading by Callie, since the last queen got off, or she's not on here anymore. So let me get reading by Callie. Good conversation. Ladies, request to go live if you want to go live. Request to go live if you want to go live.
Hey,
Peace,
what's up,
sister.
guys?
How
How
you
are
doing?
you?
Good. How you doing? Have I talked to you before?
I'm good. No, but I'm very active on your page. So
Okay, that might be what
yes.
it is. All right.
The first thing I wanted to really talk about, I noticed like that we all
Oh,
the
hold
women have
on,
different.
sister. 1 second. I gotta ask the question. I forgot before we kind of take it left a little bit. So the question of the day, I want you to answer the question first.
Okay.
What do you want in a man?
Okay.
And also, what are you willing to do to get the man that you want?
Okay, for sure.
Absolutely.
The first thing I look for in a man is someone I can relate to. It's cool to have a bunch of guidelines and stuff like that, but this man can have all of these points and then you don't even like him. So I definitely would like somebody I can relate to.
Right.
Someone that can provide guidance and inspiration. That would be my second thing. And
guidance, relate to.
For sure. And then the third thing would be someone who believes that they are God. A black man that believes that he is God. Because I feel like if you believe that you're God, it's like so many other things that comes with that will give me the ammunition and the security that I need to be the guidance, the balance. You know what I mean?
Okay. So you said relate to, you said guidance and somebody who believes they're God. Would you consider it like knowledge of self, or you?
I don't really think knowledge of self is the best phrase for that, because a lot of us will probably never have knowledge of self because we are so disconnected from nature and our cultures and things. So I don't think I think that's a lifelong journey that is constantly evolving. So I don't think you'll ever be at a point in your life where you're like, I know everything about myself. I have all the knowledge of self. Knowledge is continual. It grows. You know what I'm saying? So, really someone who believes they're God, I think that means someone who understands how powerful they are and how just as how powerful their time is and how powerful it is to invest in someone's time and relationships and all of these things. You know what I mean? I really feel like it's more of a, not necessarily confidence either, but just someone who understands like their purpose on as a human in this realm, in this time, in this space, like understanding where they are and how to play their role and stay in their lane.
Right. So you got these three things.
Mm-hmm.
You met this guy. He meets all the criteria. You can relate to him. He can guide you. Would you say God like leader? He's a leader, or
not
right?
necessarily a leader, but
What do you
just
mean by guidance then?
so when I say guidance, I mean someone that can make a decision, a man that can make a decision as a man and say, you know, this is what we should do. Because you have some men, like you come to a discussion and they don't even have like a point of view. You know what I mean? Or they don't have any type of guidance or anything to say, well, maybe we should do it like this. I would like someone that can say, okay, this is what we should do, even if it's right or wrong. But to have that confidence in yourself to say, this is my opinion, this is what I have gained from my experience, and this is the best thing that I should do. Because a man is not going to have the same experiences in life, especially a black man, that I've had. You know what I mean? So he should be able to better equip me and better guide me through this world, because as a black woman in America, I'm very sheltered. There's not a whole lot of things that I haven't, there's a lot of tools that black women get that black men don't get. So I haven't really experienced what it's like, you know what I'm saying? Because I have all these different resources and all of these different things to just shield me from responsibility. I don't really know what it's like to be completely responsible for myself. So as a black man who has no help and has to really kind of learn how to live life at a very young age, has to learn how to, basically be an adult their whole life. A black man doesn't have a chance to be innocent and to be naive about, how the world works. So
let me say, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Okay, it sounds like a leader, but you try not to say it's a leader. Like, do you want to follow a man, or do you don't want to have to follow a man, or
no?
Because it sounds like you're describing a leader, but you saying guidance. So I'm trying to be clear, because I think this is part of the dilemma that we run into as black men. We're not really clear on what you want, So go ahead.
Well, I think the word leader in itself means that, like, I guess when I think leader, I associate that with someone being someone that a lot of people will follow. A lot of people don't have to necessarily agree with what this man has set forth. It could just be for me to follow, but there's some things that a man I might be okay with to follow that other people won't necessarily follow. So if he's a leader to me, yes, not necessarily a leader to the world. Does that make sense?
I see what you're saying. I see. You want a man who's, I would just say, he's the head of the house.
For sure, head of the house.
He's the head of the house. Right. Absolutely. Sure. Okay, so we got a guy you can relate to, a guy who's, I'm gonna just say, head of the house. He knows how to be the head of the house, and he has a God body. So you have these three things. Now, if this brother, let's just say you meet a brother, he's talking to you, looks don't come into play, and he makes $30,000 a year. And he says, hey, man, I know I ain't the best looking, I only make $30,000 a year, but my three things, I want my queen to be same as last: feminine, fit, and submissive. You're cool with that? You'll meet those goals. Okay.
I'm cool with it. And if I'm not at a place where I can't provide that, but I'm willing to learn how to do those things for you, because I see you have what I have, and maybe I need to do some growing to make sure that I match what I'm asking for. But like you said earlier, men and women are different.
Absolutely.
We have totally different things that we look for when we look for mates. So if you're saying that you want me to be feminine, fit, or whatever, submissive, I'm cool with that. If I can't do it right away, I'm gonna say, hey, I ain't never been here with this. This is something new to me. But I'm willing to learn and to understand how to do that so that we can get along. You know what I'm saying? So we can figure out how to make it work. Everything is about compromise. Relationships is it's relating. It's relating. It's a give and take. It's not always going to be, like you said, everything is not always going to be perfect. Everything is not going to be exactly how we want it to be. And I try really not to focus on the physical. That's why, like, as a black woman in this time where everybody's nails is out to here and hairs, I decided to cut my hair. I don't go and get my nails done because I'm really trying to, like, understand what it's like to just be myself. You know what I'm saying? What it's like to just be me. And I really
Right.
feel like if people got back to that, it would be easier for them to say, okay, well, you know what? I'm not going to say that that's necessarily me. That's just something that I've never experienced before. So
Right.
maybe I should try this way. Maybe I should try to be submissive. Maybe I should try to be feminine. Maybe I should try to be fit. And maybe that'll
Right.
change my life. If I'm expecting for you to lead me, I have to allow you to lead.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well said, sister. Like I say,
Right.
hopefully you know, we had a nice little build about it. We can bounce the ideologies off. Like I say, man, it's just more so of understanding between the black man and black woman. You know, we want to definitely have that type of understanding and go from there.
For sure.
So
Absolutely. Thank you
absolutely.
for your time and for your presence as well.
Absolutely, sister. Absolutely. Let me
All
get
right.
somebody else on here. That was the good sister reading by Callie. Shout out to that sister. Shout out to that sister. Somebody said something about looks. Absolutely, man want looks. Absolutely, man want looks. That's high on a man's priority list. I'm already talking about if you pass the look test. Ladies, the look test matters. The look test matters. And we're going to talk about that more when I bring men on here. But the look test matters for men. You know, I know a lot of women want to well, looks shouldn't matter. Looks definitely matter, okay? Looks definitely matter, and they matter because I have to approach you. If you don't look good, I'm sorry. I'm probably not going to approach you. I ain't going to lie to you because that's the first thing we see. We're going to see the exterior first. We don't know about your interior, okay? If we see you at the library or at the bar or out at the game, all right, your attractiveness on the exterior is going to walk us up to you. All right, that's going to make us, we like to say, shoot our shot. All right, so after all that, you know, a man might have his big three. All right, a man might have his big three after that. So, you know, that's important to understand. That's important to understand. Say, look, don't matter. You capping, bro. You know looks matter. Y'all ain't out here talking to no ducks. Let's be real. Let's be real. Y'all know looks matter. Y'all can sit here and say, y'all, looks don't matter. Looks definitely matter, bro. I ain't met a dude who say, man, anything. I'll wife up anything. It don't matter what she look like. I haven't seen that yet. Okay? But let me get somebody else on. Who we going next? Let's go Heaven G. Let's get the good sister, Heaven G.
Hey, how you
Peace,
doing?
sister. How you doing?
I'm good. One second, let me put
Absolutely.
my daughter in her room really quick.
Okay, no problem.
My mommy. Finish your vegetables, okay? Let me know when you're done. Hey.
Hey, how you doing, sister? So,
I'm
you know,
good.
today's topic is, you know, what do you want in a man and what are you willing to do to get the man that you want?
Okay, so first, what I want in a man, my list is not like typical. I definitely want I feel like I can find somebody who has all of this as well as physical attraction that I'm like somewhat physically attracted to, but that's not like you got to be like a 10 or anything like that for me. But you got to be
Okay.
complimentary for me. Like, it's not really a big.
Say again. I didn't catch that.
You
said what?
You have to compliment me.
Okay. Okay.
Because I don't really like to say specific things because you never know what you need for that season or that, that time that Spirit's trying to send you for, like, you to learn your lesson or to just grow in any way. So I just like to say compliment because I think one lady touched on this. Whatever you'd have or don't have in that moment, I should have, and the same thing, vice versa. So that's something really big for me. I do want to relate. I want you to always be on the path of trying to grow, learn, and that's not even just with like physical, tangible knowledge, like investing and stuff. That's what spiritual knowledge, our history, our background, your ancestors, more about you, your family. You have to be self-accountable for sure. I'm a real big person. Like, I know myself and I know when I'm doing some crazy stuff. Even in the moment, sometimes I can be checking myself in the moment while still doing something. So I need a person that, even if it's not in the moment, you can check yourself and hold yourself accountable and really just see yourself as you're seen for real. And as you really are being seen by a lot of other people. When it comes down to really doing that growth, a lot of people will live in an illusion, and I'm not willing to deal with that. Me personally, I can't deal with big illusionists, and I know that different signs and different people are more prone to that. But
what do you mean by that? Like somebody who's not realistic, or
realistic, but also not even just because I feel like people don't know that the illusions that they subscribe to, like how we know just how we used to look at the world as the, you know, the whole world itself when we were younger, we understand that was a complete illusion and stuff like that. Like, that's not even how it really works. It's not real. So people, as in, they'll create this illusion that they're such a, like, I had an old roommate. She created an illusion that she was such a great person, very giving, loved everybody. Okay, I'll be in there in a minute, okay? Loved everybody, very giving, very caring person. But really, she just didn't like the people to talk about her. So she created that facade and that cover up and that mask so that she just didn't have to be talked about. She could be very well liked by people. But really, in the inside, she didn't want to get to nobody. You know what I mean? So you got to be and be able to look at yourself for real and be able to be like, okay, like how we talk about shadow work, your shadow side, you know what I mean? Like, be able to really look at that and be like, okay, this is how I really am, and accept that, see that. And if you want to be a giving person, put yourself and start changing your attitude, your mind, so that you could want to actually do those things, or put yourself around people that you want to do those things for, or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, be able to check those illusions that you're subscribing to, really. Because some people will think they're a certain type of person or think that they're doing stuff the best way that they can, and really you're shortcutting it because it's easier for this way for your ego. So I need somebody that's going to be able to see past, like, you know, material, just the physical things. Like, you really got to have like some type of a third eye, some type of spiritual eye, honestly.
Right.
And as well as just have that masculine energy for me, but also know when to tap into your masculine and feminine energy. Like, when it's time to be intimate, like she talked about, it's not just sex, you know what I mean? Understand how to be intimate and everything like that. So understand when it's time to have a little bit more feminine energy at home, or when it, you know what I mean? And then also have that masculine energy that we need to be complementary for each other.
Okay, so let me, because you said a little bit, so let's clean it up a little bit. So your 3 things are, say it to me again. So I know you said self-accountability. Self-accountability,
you got to be complementary to me. And then you have to be, I just said self-awareness, self-accountability. That was kind of one. So,
so those,
for real, basically.
Okay, so those are the main things. So if you get all 3 of these things in a man, what are you willing to do to get, let me ask this too, because one sister brought up earlier, do you believe that you should have to give up anything to get this man? Do you think you should have to work to get the man that you want?
Yeah, I was going to say that too. I definitely agree with you. I feel like faith without works is dead. I think anything worth having is worth working for. I also think that, and I kind of I don't know if I misheard her, but that's something about, like, you know, she don't feel like she have to work for something, but she have to work to maintain it. I think that's working, you know what I mean? So I'm willing to work for it. And I do feel like you have to work for a relationship. I feel like you have to work to become the person that God sees you, you know, fit enough to bring you your person. Like, you have to work to be that person. So regardless, it's some work. And then when you get that person, you have to work to make sure that you guys are, like I said, learning, growing, and really on alignment. Because y'all could be so in, you know, la la land that y'all miss the whole assignment. So regardless, it's some work. And I'm honestly not above doing anything that doesn't, like, compromise my morals and my alignment with God. Honestly, it's like, whatever, especially if that person is really here for me, he's here to support my overall purpose, my overall journey. So it's like, why I'm not above doing anything that supports my overall journey and purpose. So honestly, I'm really not above anything. I'm definitely I understand the importance of being a servant, not only just in the community but to your man. So I'm gonna be a servant at home, as well as just supportive, have that feminine energy that he needs, and just also be that spiritual eye and that extra eye that he needs, for real, for real. I'm just willing to do whatever, and then also willing to listen on what he thinks I need and what he communicates I need to do, or that.
Right.
So I think that's the.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, appreciate you, sister. We appreciate your insight, and thank you for calling in.
No problem. Hope that wasn't too much. Thank you.
Oh, no, it was good. It was good. Love, I appreciate you.
Thank you. See you.
All right. Okay, that was a good sister right there, giving a lot of insight. Somebody said, work for what? A sister said, work for what? You have to work for the man that you want, in my opinion. Okay, men are a reward. Man won't fall into your lap. And ladies, honestly, you have to work more than men have to work to get what you want, because there are more women than there are men. Okay, see, there are not enough. There's an overpopulation of women. I think it's 2 women to every 1 man or something like that. I think black man to black woman. You have to work. You have to compete. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that, because we have to compete for you as well. All right? We can sit up here and I'm going to manifest this woman. I'm going to manifest this woman. But we have to put in the work. Plain and simple. We have to put in that work. If that sister that I like, if she likes slim guys who are fit in shape, guess what? I got to take my ass to the gym and I got to put in the work to be the man that she wants me to be. Okay? If she says, listen, man, I need a man who can provide, I got to get off my ass. I got to figure out this business and I got to make some more money so I can provide. You got to work. You got to put in the work. There's no way around that, in my opinion. Now, some sisters believe that you can just have faith and the man will fall into your lap. I don't believe that. Okay? I don't believe that. You dig? You have to put in the work. Okay? Faith without work is dead. In my opinion. In my opinion, faith without work is dead. All right? Somebody said define work for a female. Well, it depends on the man that you want. If the man that you want, if he meets all your expectations and he says, I want you to be fit, work for you will be getting fit. Okay? Work for you will be getting fit. Work for you will be staying in your feminine. Some women, you get in your masculine with the quickness. You want to see women get in their masculine? Look at my last post. And look at all of just super aggressive about Kevin Samuels. Ain't nobody said nothing about Kevin Samuels. I just put his picture up there. They got in their masculine. You got to work on staying in your feminine. So, whatever that man wants you to be, just like he has to work to provide the things that you want him to provide. If you say he has to be a provider, he has to work for that, ladies. Ladies, guys don't just go out here and start providing. They have to work their way up. They have to put in that groundwork. They have to work more hours in order to provide for you. That's putting in the work. Same thing on your end. Same thing on your end. If he says, listen, my 3 things, I want you to be fit, you have to work to stay fit. You can't sit and manifest fitness. Okay? You can't sit and manifest fitness. If he says, I want you to be submissive, you got to learn to be submissive and stay in a feminine and submissive form. That's work. You dig? So that's what I mean by work. That's what I mean by work. But let me get some more ladies on here. It's just my opinion, sisters. Now, y'all can disagree. That's fine, but I'm just trying to give you my opinion, because these are things I think that will help you out. These are things that I would think will help you out. Let's go. Let's see. Let's get Being Centra on here. Let's see. Okay, it's not coming through. Let me see. Let me see one more time. Let me click it one more time. Let me see. Miss Centra is not coming through. It's not coming through. Ladies, let's have a conversation. Get on live. Let's get on live and have the conversation. No need to get mad in the comments or the chat. Let's just get on live and have the conversation. All right, Being Central is not coming through. Let me go to another queen. Let's see if she'll come on. Okay, here we go.
Chase, my phone is about to die, so I can't even put in my input.
Okay, it's all love. It's all love, sister. I appreciate you coming on anyway.
All right, bye.
Bye. All right. Sister said her phone was getting ready to die. Let's try somebody else. Freedom SW. Okay. Let's get this sister on. Hopefully she can get on. Peace, sister. How you doing?
Assalamu alaikum. How are you? I'm blessed.
I'm good. So the question we're asking today is, what do you want in a man, and what are you willing to do to get that man?
I've been listening.
Okay.
And the truth of the matter is, especially, and I'm speaking culturally. Okay, culturally, we go into relationships with preconceived ideologies. Okay, we are raised in European ways, European thoughts and ways and things of that nature. So we when we're little, when you say you want the house, the husband, the wife, the cat, the dog, the daughter, the son, the doctor, lawyer type of thing, that stuff is not, it's false. It's false. And I'm a person I like to study, like Willie Lynch talks about a lot of these things. And when we do not know ourselves as Black people, as African people, that's the difference. When we don't know ourselves, we have to realize that when we get into these relationships, we come into relationships broken. We meet men broken, men meet women broken, because everyone's smiling. A facade of protection. I don't think it's a false facade. It's a facade of protection, because our experience shape who we are and who we become. And we learn it as we go and as we grow. I've been with my husband since I was 15 years old. 15. And we've grown together. I am a very, and they say, well, I heard during the conversation, one of the sisters was saying, like, there's no such, someone said something reference to compromise. The man has to be this, the woman has to be this. When we start defining, putting ourselves, classifying ourselves for others, then we don't really know who we are. I think that I have to know me. I'm a strong woman. I'm a strong woman. And my husband met me strong at 15. A person, my mindset is a go-getter. I'm gonna go get what I need. And you learn yourself. You have to. You realize you're a product of your environment. So history, then your actual family, and then your own experiences as you grow older in life. So to me, when I think of a Black man, a king, and kings and queens, period. Number one, I'm a person, I disagree with my sisters who sometimes say, well, the man, he has to do this, he has to do this, he has to do that. Are you willing to do that? We have to be those things that we want in someone else. And 9 times out of 10, if we really look at it, there's certain things that myself, I'm just not going to do. So I expect Black to do it. And if Black does that, I'm good. I'm a person, I don't want to be the person, you know how they say, well, the man, he has to go, the current, culturally, kings work. Culturally, kings work. And I think that Black women will be sad with Black women is not defining the man, because Black men are kings. Even when their mindsets have been tricked and fooled, and they still trying to, hustle and bustle their way into the knowledge of self. But then we are fooled too, because I disagree with loose women. I disagree with loose sisters. I don't think that it's cute to display yourself in a manner that is just sexual. Okay? By the way you dress, because by the way you dress, no disrespect, no king gonna bring a woman home to his family, especially to his mother, a loose woman. We have to realize when we meet a man or a woman, it's the first attraction is the way you look. However, it's the way you look. Because if you look like you done been beat up by Mobb Deep, it's a problem. Okay? However, when you think about looks, if you really, the superficial, because that's what it is. That's a superficial attraction. Looks. You're going to look at a woman and see if she looking good. She have enough breast, blood, her body, this. And women look at men. But what if that's not the person designed and created for you? So that's when the conversation starts. That's how when you start courting people, you have to court without sex. You got to court without sex. Some people, if you sleep with, no disrespect to the people who sleep on the first day. I'm not going there, because I believe that's a whole thing about the family, dealing with the family and breaking down to how in this country, Black women are taught to look at Black men, and how Black men have been taught to look at their queens. Okay? If we were to truly when we desire a mate, I believe there's preparation for that. And in the doctrine that I read and understanding the way I grew up, my father is Muslim. My mother was Christian. Okay? And in both those doctrines, it says a man who doesn't work, doesn't eat, and is not fit for the kingdom. A king knows who he is, and I don't care about his trials. A king goes through many things, but that doesn't mean he cannot lead. That means that he needs his queen to be standing in the gap in prayer and praying for him, because I believe in that. Women make mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes. I don't think that putting ourselves in a box, because there's no such thing as perfection. Perfection is individualized. Okay? So the man that's right for some young lady is right for that young lady, and that man is right for her. And when you, no disrespect, when you go through a whole lot of relationships, like a whole lot of them, all those spirits and stuff is in you and dropping off and stuff like that, because women get very caught up in emotion, and they're emotionally driven into relationships. And when the outcome is not what they expected, and then they get angry and they start degrading and defaming men. Men who don't have true closure in their relationships with women get angry and they start defaming and call her derogatory names. When the truth of the matter is, he really loved her, but because he was not able to connect with her, he's angry. So, let me ask you
this real quick, sister. Since we got you on here, because you said you've been married. How long have you been married, if you don't mind?
I started dating my husband.
Right.
July 31st at 12:59, 1989.
Wow.
We got married April 10th, 3 days after my birthday, in 1993.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's a long time. So what, that's 27, 28 years?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Lord. Help.
Let me ask you,
Help.
because you seem like a woman of faith. Do you believe that women should have to work to get the man that they want, or do you believe in just having faith and the faith will just bring that man to you?
Okay. Faith without works is dead.
I say, yeah.
Faith without works is dead. He says, speak those things as though they were, and then act. Faith is a verb. Correct? Faith is a verb. Now, that's why in that, no disrespect, I'm a mother of sons and one daughter. And my sons date women. Thank you. I'm glad they're dating women. However, no disrespect, what it is, when you have those fly-by-night things, and the expectation is that we were in a relationship. No disrespect, and I'm not telling my son's business, but it is what it is. My son knows I'm a realist. When my son says, we're in an open relationship, but he communicates to them what type of relationship it is, but then they go for that type of relationship, and when he doesn't end up with them, they're very stressed out and literally. And I said to one of the young ladies, because my granddaughter came out of one, and I said to my son, I was upset with him because I'm the kind of mother that provides. I believe in protecting yourself, put something on it. And if you don't do that, then you a fool. Now you got to reap what you sow. But the young lady, I said, no disrespect to you, young lady. You met me on social media, because that's how she contacted me, because I knew nothing of her. And I have a granddaughter with this young lady. And I said to her, you upset with my son. She said, he didn't do this with me. He didn't do that with me. I said, he didn't know you. He did not know you. You offered him on social media, like the picture, you offered him all of you and what you had. You weren't in the Proverbs 31. You allowed him to take your virtuosity, and this is my son, and talk you out of yourself. And now you expect him to do all these things as if he's in a real relationship with you when he didn't know you. Who's to blame here? We have to take accountability for our own actions. And when we get into relationships with men, we have to know who we are. And I'm not, and what I expect you to respect me. Kings lead by naturally. Kings lead naturally. You don't got to force them to lead or nothing like that. But you have to be a sister also who's willing to follow good leadership. A king in good leadership follows God.
Right.
God is his center. That means that, and he'll let you know, I'm working on myself. And this is what I'm doing for me. And I need to know who you are and what do you want for you. That's what transpires. And then if you're willing to accept that, then you can grow. That's my belief. I just
listen. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, Queen. I got one more person.
Go ahead.
I think I need to get on here. But listen, we appreciate you blessing us.
Blessings.
With the knowledge, wisdom, and information. So, thank you.
You're welcome.
All right. Let's see. All right, that's the good sister breaking down the game. She said, "Faith without work is dead." This is somebody who's been married 27 years, I think she said. Absolutely. Okay, now the person gonna go away. If you want to go live, ladies, we talking to the ladies. Ladies, this is your night to speak your piece. If you want to go live, talk to me. Okay, request to go live. Or let me know, I can just put you on here. You dig? Let me know in the chat, I could just put you on here. You dig? You said relationships are not one-sided, it's a partnership. Okay. Okay. We need his side of the story. Yeah, sister was dropping so much heat, she was sweating. Okay, the last sister we had on here, she was dropping so much heat, she was sweating. All right. What do you mean by work? I already answered that. Ladies, what I mean by work is you have to work to get the man that you want. So if that man says he wants you to be fit and you're 200 pounds, guess what you're going to have to do? You're going to have to go to the gym and you're going to have to work to get fit. You're going to have to get that weight off of you. Okay? You can't sit up there 5'4", 200 pounds and think you're going to keep or attract that man. You're going to have to put down that popcorn. You're going to have to get off your ass, get that gym membership, and you're going to have to lose that weight, sweetheart. You dig? That's putting in work. If a man says that he wants you to be feminine, you're going to have to work on being feminine. Okay? You cannot walk around masculine all the time. Ladies, if he wants a stay-at-home wife, okay, he says, I'm a provider. I want a traditional woman like my grandmother who stayed at home and raised the kids. Okay, if that's the man that you want, that's what he wants, you're going to have to get in that cookbook. You're going to have to get in that kitchen. Okay, you're going to have to get in that kitchen. That's putting in the work to get the man that you want, because a man has to do the same thing for you. Okay, sisters, if you say, Chase, you know what, I like you, but I need a provider. I need somebody to pay the bills. I got to get off my ass. I got to work. I got to put in the hours. I got to be able to provide. Okay? I got to be able to provide. You dig? Plain and simple. If you say, listen, man, I need a dude who ain't bringing his past relationships to the new relationships. I need a new man who ain't bringing past traumas into this relationship. My ass, I got to go see a therapist. That's putting in the work. I say, listen, man, the new queen that I'm trying to talk to, she wants this. She wants me to heal from my past traumas. Let me get a therapist. That's putting in the work. Ladies, you have to put in the work. Men, you have to put in the work. Okay? I don't believe that you can just manifest the man that you want. That's dead. Because at the end of the day, many times, ladies, the man that you want, another woman wants that same man. So guess what happens? Y'all gonna have to compete. Y'all gonna have to compete. So, that's what I mean by putting in the work. See, a lot of times, ladies, when you talk about putting in the work, you just talk about for you. I put in the work for me. Yet to attract the man you want, you're gonna have to put in that same work that he wants in a woman. You have to do it. You have to do it. So that's what I mean by putting in the work. That's what I mean by putting in the work. You said that should happen before the relationship. Well, some women don't believe you should have to put in the work. And also, you got to know what the man wants. You have to be talking. Okay? You dig? Yeah, this is from my experiences, okay? Women, you have to get out there and compete. You have to get out there and compete. And like I said, I think you have to do it more than men because it's more women than there are men. You have more people to compete against. All right? Okay, people requesting to go live. People requesting to go live. Okay, let's get Tiffany. Let's get this good sister. Let's get the sister Tiffany. Let's get the sister Tiffany. Peace, sister. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good, good. How you doing? Did I get you on here before?
You're
Okay,
very
I'm like you look familiar. Okay, okay. Were you on here
Yeah.
tonight?
No.
Oh, okay. It was a
First one.
sister that came on earlier. She got the black bonnet on. She your same complexion. I thought I was talking to her again. I'm like, whoa.
But we did
Okay,
go
okay, but
like a
say
month
again.
ago. We went on
Say
live
again.
before. It was like a month ago. We went on live.
Okay, okay. Cool, cool, cool. Well, good to have you back on here, okay? So, the question that we're asking today, the question that we're asking is, what do you want in a man? And what are you willing to do to get that man?
I believe the last time we spoke, I was engaged, so I actually got married last month.
Oh, congratulations. Congratulations.
As far as my specific spouse, when I met him, I got out of a really bad relationship. I'm talking about I almost went to jail.
Oh,
And
man.
yeah, he loved playing like psychological games. He loved messing with
Mm-hmm.
my mind. It was his favorite thing to do.
Right.
So met him, I was in a state where it was just like I'm giving like this genuine version of myself, and I'm doing like offering like basically all of me, and it's to people who don't deserve like me. So I said the
Mm-hmm.
next relationship I get into, I'm gonna like wait until that person proves that they are who I need to be giving myself to. So it was so many people like just in my face for months. And I was just like, I don't want to talk to any of you guys. Like, you're
Mm-hmm.
not seeing what's worth giving, myself to, until like I met him, and he was like kind, caring. He had his own, rough problems and rough patches, but everything that I said that I wanted in a spouse, he met those requirements.
Mm-hmm.
And
And what were those requirements? Let me ask you, what were those requirements that he met?
it's just like, okay, if I'm going through something and you clearly see that I need help, like not even like money wise, just like if life is affecting me negatively, like let's just say I got into it with my boss, and I'm having trouble with my daughter's father because he's just over here like basically just like stressing me out, and I'm looking for like advice that I feel is like coming from a good place. So like anyone who cares about you would give you advice that comes from a good place. Like it would feel like that's the right thing to do.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like he followed that. If I felt lonely, he would be there. He was my best friend,
Mm-hmm.
and basically like everything that I would want from somebody who I'm supposed to live the rest of my life with, that's what I
Mm-hmm.
got. Although he did come,
Absolutely.
bumpy patterns or whatever, because he
Right.
got stuff going on. But
Right.
I feel like the work that needs to be put in is past the vessel, because
Mm.
you're
Now,
saying,
what do you mean? Well, let me ask the question formally. Since you're married, so all married women, I asked y'all a set of different questions. Did you believe you had to work for your man? You had to put in work to get the man who is now your husband?
yeah, I mean, you have to put in work in anything that you want, but it just depends on what kind of work that's being asked of you.
Right,
Because
right, right.
first, if you don't love yourself first and foremost, and if you don't
Mhm,
love yourself to the point where you're secure with yourself, no one is going to love you correctly. No
mhm,
one's going to love you how you need to be loved. No one is going to appreciate you because you don't even appreciate yourself.
Right.
So that was my problem. I love people more than I love myself.
Right.
So I let people, not, I wouldn't say dictate, because I'm like very like head straight, but I did more for people than what I did for myself, instead of putting myself first. And that's where the
Mm-hmm.
work first starts, first and foremost. Before you start seeing or dating anyone, you need to put that work in for yourself. Because
Mm-hmm.
any person who's coming to marry you or be your husband or be anything, if they don't see that you're not going to value yourself, they're going to do what my ex did and trample all over you.
Mm.
So when I learned that I had to do that for myself, that's when I found him.
Okay.
And he didn't really know that. And I had to, explain to him. I was like, you need to love yourself. I was like, don't talk about yourself in that manner. Like, if you feel like you have certain problems, then fix it for yourself. Don't do it for me.
Right.
So if you're not doing things for yourself, no one is going to treat you how you want to be treated. So like, I know you said that you have to get fit if you like a certain body type.
Now, I was using that as an example, but that's usually something that many men, it doesn't hurt for a woman to be fit. That's something that we deem attractive because, like I said, we're going to see your exterior before we see your interior. We don't know that you didn't read all of Dr. Ben books and Dr. John Henry Clark. We don't know all that. We see the outside first. And that's what determines if we walk up to you and approach you and say, hey, let me get your number. Let me take you out of such and such like that. So that's why I said that.
Would you want to attract someone that just looks at your looks first before they want to talk to you?
Say
Or
it one
would
more.
you
Go
want
ahead.
to
I'm
like,
sorry. I didn't know you were finished. Go ahead.
yeah, I was saying, like, would you want to talk to someone who just sees you and likes your physical appearance and just want to talk to you? Or do you want to like become best friends with someone first? Because your lover is supposed to be your best friend first and foremost. And so the person who becomes your best friend, you would be with them longer because they know you. They know your good side, your bad side, what makes you happy. They've seen you when you're angry, when you're sad. And a person who's seen me in those stages is much easier to be with than the man who approaches me and likes how I look.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I
No,
feel like
oh, go ahead.
I was saying, I feel like that's the case for like a lot of women
Mm-hmm.
because, like, say my situation again, the way my ex approached me, he seen me in the mall with my daughter, and same thing, came up to me, wanted to take me on a date. Worst relationship of my life. My
Mm.
fiance, however, when I met him, I didn't like him at first. We actually was arguing. We was arguing with each other. We was enemies, and
Right, right,
then
right.
it blew over, and we became best friends. We met through mutual friends. We became
Mm-hmm.
best friends, and then that's when we started dating. And I
Mm-hmm.
knew that he liked me, basically for me, because my fiance, he was in Michigan and I was in Atlanta.
Mm.
So that's when we started visiting each other once a month and we got to really know each other. And I was like, okay, so my type is dark skin. I wouldn't say perhaps tall, but taller than me, whatever. My husband is none of that. He's
Okay.
like, yeah.
Right.
So like basically a requirement. He can't, come on, I'm not mad at it.
Right.
So it's just like, you're not going to get what you want.
It's freezing. It's freezing. Can you hear me?
Uh-huh.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, sister.
But you're not going to get what you want. If you're putting your requirements basically on how the vessel looks, you're not going to get what you want. Same thing I had to explain to my mother. I'm Jamaican. My father is Jamaican. That is the last Jamaican man my mother dated over the span of 23 years until last month. Because I told her about herself. She found someone who actually takes care of her when she's sick. He loves her genuinely. He's done the most that I've seen any of these busters that she's ever dated has done for her. But he's a Jamaican man. And originally she's like, no, I'm not doing it. Caribbean men, they're all whores. But this certain one just seems to be the perfect one for her. And that's how God works. He's not going to give you exactly what you want. But if it's someone who appeases to, you and how you are, how you feel, they're not going to be perfect, but it's going to be what you need.
Right. So you believe you should have to make compromises. If he meets, if he meets 8 out of your 10 objectives, you should make the compromise.
And that's the work.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can say, okay, I want you to cook and clean every night, and I want my house to be clean every time I come in. But marriage is for better or for worse. What if, God forbid, an accident happens? You don't have no more legs.
Right.
This person is so dependent because not only his mama cooked and cleaned for him his whole life, then he got him a wife that did that specific requirement. But now you're unable to do that requirement. What's he gonna do? Replace you? If
Okay.
you love him enough, he'll stay. He'll pick up some slack. He'll help you until you get adjusted into, like, moving around or whatnot. But that's
Right.
for worse. And that's what I look for before anyone should look for that before they get married. If this freak accident happened to me, is this person going to stay with me? Is this person going to put in the work and be with me for me? Or are they
Okay.
just going to go off to somebody else?
Okay. Respect. Well, sister, I appreciate you calling in. I appreciate you blessing us with your knowledge. Again, congratulations on getting married. Is your husband black?
Oh, yeah.
That's even better. That's even better. Okay, there we go. So, like I said, we appreciate y'all, man. Congratulations again. And I'll talk to you later, sister.
Thank you.
All right. All right. Good sister. Yes, indeed. Now, somebody was talking about sisters need to start marrying white folks. Who was that in the chat? I saw that out the corner of my eye. Somebody was talking about sisters need to start marrying white men. Y'all be messing with these killer zaddies if you want to. All right. And somebody was saying that. Who was that in here saying that? Who was in here encouraging black women to start messing with these killer zaddies? Okay. Somebody was in here encouraging sisters, don't fall for that. Y'all better not fall for that. You end up in Zaddy's refrigerator playing around with the Iceman. Okay? Y'all can talk all the shit y'all want about black men. Nigga, there ain't nobody did you worse than white men. Okay? Who been raping and killing you for years. Boy, y'all better never forget that. Don't y'all listen, man. How many we see news articles every week. Black women messing with these killer zaddies. All right? Had a young sister finding one of these old white, thinking she gonna get her old white zaddy on Bumble. And she ends up dead. Sisters, y'all better be careful out here. Yeah, Tyrone might get on your nerves a little bit. Okay? He might get on your nerves a little bit. But he ain't gonna kill you and eat you. He ain't gonna wake up in the middle of the night and chop that titty off. Okay? Because he going through the Iceman mentality. Yes, indeed. Y'all better, I'm telling you, you better get right. All right. Yeah, man, that's a real story. I'm not lying when I'm not making that up. Okay? Sister met a white dude on Bumble. What was her name? Something Fields. Her sister name was something Fields. Young sister. And see, this is the thing. Y'all mess with them zaddies. Them zaddies start beating on you, and the cops come and give them the okay. See, that's the thing. See, when Tyrone beating up on you, the cops come and they damn near kill Tyrone. Oh, they're going to make sure they beat up on Tyrone. You call the cops on Chad, who's whooping that ass, and they come and give Chad a high five. All right? They came and gave Chad a high five. That white zaddy that found that sister and possibly, I'm going to say suspectedly killed that sister on Bumble, the cops said, no, he was a nice guy. He couldn't have done that. See, that's the stuff that don't happen when you with Tyrone. Shit, that's the stuff that don't happen. I'm telling you, y'all better, you know what I'm saying. Talking about, what are you saying? You know exactly what I'm saying. Let's not play dumb. Let's not play. Yeah, it was a beautiful sister. Yeah, dig. But let's get some more sisters on here. Let's see who else is on here. All right, let's try Centra again. Let's try Centra. I believe that's how you pronounce it. Okay, it didn't. It's okay. Here we go. All right. 1 second. 1 second. Okay, she don't want to show her face. She just got us looking at the ceiling. Let's get that off. I got troll vibes from coming on from that. All right. Okay, nobody answer. Miss Central, what's up with you? Is that a woman? Okay, you see when people get on and they don't be saying nothing, you just be looking at a wall. I don't know what's about to happen. That could have been one of the Bussy brothers. I don't know what's about to happen. You dig? Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed, man. I mean, look at the history. It's obvious. All of they know, yeah. Y'all can play dumb if y'all want to now. Don't play dumb. Don't play dumb now. Yes, indeed. But man, this was a good conversation tonight. This was a good conversation tonight. Looks like no more sisters really want to get on. But this was a good conversation tonight, man. I hope this conversation we learned a lot. You listened to what the women had to say, and you learn from that. You learn from that. My advice to ladies as a black man, everybody knows what they want, but nobody knows what they're willing to do to get the man that they want. Okay? Everybody knows what they want, but the moment you start saying, cool, I want you to be fit. Well, you ain't fit. Well, shit, you ain't providing. If we're going to play that game, see, it's about balance. It's about balance. When it's time for you to choose what you want in a man, stick with that. Just like when it's time for him to choose what he wants in you. Abide by that if that's the man that you want. Don't, when he starts naming stuff, saying, hey, man, well, hold on now. That's Eurocentric standards now. Hold on. That's Eurocentric standard now. I don't know. No. No. Y'all are fine. Some of y'all are fine with Eurocentric standards when brothers are out here paying for your bills and opening your door. You fine with patriarchy then. Then when he say he wants you to be submissive, hold on, that's patriarchy now. Hold on. No. No. So we gotta be real. We got to be real. All right. Some more ladies said they want to get on. Hold on. Some more people said they want to get on. Let me get the sun goddess on. Let me get the sun goddess on.
Hello.
Peace, sister.
Hi.
Sister, how you doing? Step back a little bit for me, sister. Step back a little bit more.
No,
There you
like
go. There you go.
I'm really shy. I'm so
Oh, it's
sorry.
all love. It's all love. You don't hear nothing.
So
Oh, go ahead.
oh, sorry. And I just want to say that I love you a lot. You're like the
Hey,
best thing ever.
appreciate you.
I'm a really huge fan.
Hey, absolutely. I appreciate you, man. I love you as well. Let's answer the question for me since you're already on here, just real quick. Because I know you're
Yeah.
kind of shy. I don't want to put you on the spot.
No, it's just like I have anxiety. I have I'm really anxious. So I have a little
Right.
bit of patience for me.
Right.
Like
It's
I'm
all
really
love. It's all
scared.
love.
I'm
Right.
really
It's all
scared.
love. It's all love at the end of the day.
Before I answer your question, I just want to sit here and say that I really don't understand why we having this debate, because I believe that black men and black women should be able to love each other despite their differences.
Mm.
And I
Mhm.
really believe that, I do believe in the household unit, because even though I say that I'm unable to have kids because of my mental and my physical, because it's like a lot of reasons why I'm not able to have kids, but when I grow up, I want to be able to be my husband's peace.
Powerful.
And not only that, my mom wants me to teach, my mom is teaching me to not only be an individual for myself, not only want somebody, but you gotta want yourself first, because my goal for the year is nothing but self-love. Nothing but self-love, respect, putting yourself first. That's what my mom taught me, and I think that's mainly one of the most important things you're supposed to do before getting a relationship.
Right, right.
That's just what I learned.
So what are some things you think you need to work on this year?
Um,
Because
self-love.
I think a lot of sisters, we say self-love, you say self-love, but love looks ugly sometimes.
It
Ugly,
does. It does.
self-love, it's an ugly thing. You got to be honest with yourself. So what are some things you think you need to work on as far as you say
Well,
self-love?
when I say self-love, I have a really bad habit of putting myself down and just like beating myself up whenever I feel like I messed up or do something wrong. That, for instance, I was debating with myself whether I should come on because because I've been bullied before, and I didn't
Mm,
want to get bullied because of how I look, or
mm-hmm.
because people disagree with me. So I built up the courage before you entered the live. I was gonna come on here and say, "Hey, I'm a fan, and I just wanted to give you my little 2 cents on it."
Absolutely. You're not ugly, sister. You a
And mind
beautiful
you,
sister
like
on inside and out.
I'm turning 18 on Wednesday, so
Mm-hmm.
like, but it's just that a lot of people tell me that from my age I am very intelligent. Like I graduated school last year early, like a year before my class,
Mm-hmm. That's
and
great.
mind you, my school was like predominantly, like not predominantly white, but majority white, and it was just hell for me.
Right, right. And this the thing, sister, embrace the haters, man. Embrace the negativity. I do the same thing because at the end of the day, it's always gonna be haters.
It
It's always
is.
if you were a woman who was the best looking woman in the world, rich as hell, you would still have people hating on you.
Yes.
So, that's not something to shy away from. Embrace the haters and just like I say, keep working on you each and every day.
And not only that, it's funny because they hating on me because, like, oh my God, I shouldn't tell you this, but I have a really wild like production that I have going on because, like, but outside of school, I am an artist. I make dolls, I make graffiti, I do this, that, and the third. And I have this series that is supposed to be for adults, but the purpose of the series is for shock value. And it's funny because I had this person I was talking to. Oh my God, it was a mess. Basically, they tried to copy me and they were bullying me and stuff.
Hmm.
Like they were bullying me and got their other friends to bully me, and they were trying to copy what I was trying to produce.
Right.
And it's so funny because like I was talking to my mom. I'm like, I would say I can't believe I really let that shit get to me. Excuse my language.
Nah,
I
it's
can't
all
believe
love. Let it out.
I can't believe I had let that shit get to me
Right.
because like my mom was like, you are so much better than them. It's so funny because like even though my mom doesn't watch it because like it's a lot for her, but um I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh my God. I'm sorry. It's my nerves. I'm
Oh
sorry.
no, it's good. It's good.
And also about your show, I call you Pastor Chase.
Pass.
I treat you like you're
Oh
the
no, they ain't
gospel.
turned me into a pastor. Lord. Lord. Oh man. Look, you got a cool personality, bro. You got a cool person.
Thank
This is what I
you.
want you to do, Lord. No, this is what I want you to do. This year, I want you to be more uncomfortable. Does that make sense? Because you got a cool personality. You not, I done seen some weird people. You not weird.
Thank you.
You just gotta do it, bro. You gotta get on here, man. I want you to, go out, get some new friends, go on live more, just do stuff that make you uncomfortable. I used to be uncomfortable coming on live, but then I was
Yeah.
like, man, let me just get on here, man. It is what it is. And now
People are
I'm comfortable.
asking. People asking what's my sign. I'm a Capricorn. My birthday's
Okay.
next Wednesday, so it's not like
Uh,
that matters. But
early
like,
happy birthday.
thank you. So to answer your question, what do I want in a
Hmm.
man, and what was the last part? How will I be able to?
And what are you willing to do to get this man?
Yes. So for me, I want a man that's like an individual, meaning that I want a man to prioritize himself. Like I actually commented before you went live. I want him to prioritize himself before anybody else, because he already gotta like work, and you know, he's already stressed. Like, it's already enough like damage being done to our black men. Not and like, I feel like it's not only the white people that's putting them down, but it's also black men killing each other for like the so-called gangs and stuff. And I feel like and I just, and this is something that I've been saying to myself and saying to my mom. I hate the fact that I hate that when I hear men tell black women that they ain't shit, or like we hold bitches, hoes, females, and stuff like that. It's like, for me, when you have like a toxic household that has kids, the mom is bitter because the man treat her bad, so she's going to be bitter to the son. Then the son is going to grow up to end up hating women and goes around disrespecting women. But then when the right woman for him comes along, he gonna treat her like she's all the other women. That's you get what I'm saying, right?
Right. I got you.
And it's just like, and I keep saying to myself, and the cycle continues. I feel like it's up for us as black men and black women as a household unit to be able to break that cycle. Teach fathers teach the son how to treat a woman. Mothers teach the daughter how to be treated by a man, and how to love and respect and serve a man. And it's so funny because like I'm talking like this, but yeah, I'm single. And it's so funny because
love.
My last relationship was trash because I felt like I was doing all of the work. He blatantly told me that he said that he didn't want to like spend time with me. He's talking about something, I love you, but I don't want to spend time with you. He was basically treating me like I was his mama. Cause mind you, I cook for him. I'm always the one making plans for him to see me. He never like actually made time for me. Seriously. And it's just the fact that like I was hurt because like I kind of gave my all. Like I pushed myself to be the best, not only for myself but for him.
Well, you know, sister, step back. You know, you learn from that relationship. Get the positives out of that relationship.
Yep.
Ask that dude, and this is something that women don't do enough. Go back and ask your ex what you could have did better. I know it's gonna be tough. Look, I know it's gonna be tough, but you gotta ask.
No, Chase, you don't know. I haven't told you the full story. I'm telling you my side. You
didn't
get the full story.
Okay, so give me the full story.
That, like, all right, let me just tell you from the story from the rip. That was the ending. Let me tell you the story from the rip. What had happened was, okay, we've been dating for almost, we was about to be going to 3 years because we was dating back of fall of 2019, like November. So basically, okay, sorry, I'm reading the comments because, like, hold on, I'm sorry. So basically, what had happened was, it was so funny because I had met him when I was 10 at my therapy office because, I had met him when I was 10 at my therapy office. And basically, my therapy office had like after school for like the mentally disabled. I'm not mentally disabled. I have an IQ of 145, but that's another story. But what I'm trying to say is that he's slower than me. We used to fight and stuff, but now like we had like a little prom dance or whatever. He had asked me out. So time went by. We didn't really talk. I didn't even know if he was still in a relationship because I'm guessing he even told me he was too shy to reach out.
Right.
So we hit off our first date. We hit it off. Everything was peaches and cream. I loved the ground he walked on. So fast forward to a few weeks ago, we were playing this game called GTA. Of course you heard of GTA. Right. And I told him like the game was really toxic. I had kept getting trashed and stuff. I was like bullied. It was really toxic. And basically, what had happened was he had told, like, we had gotten into a fight because, like, I'm busy trying to ask him because we were doing a mission together and we kept dying. So I was like, hey, like, I'm wondering what you want me to do and stuff. And this nigga told me to shut up. And I'm just like looking around like, is you talking to me? Like, and it's just like, I hate the fact that he told me to shut up, because I hate that. One is one of my biggest pet peeves, because I like to talk, but I also like to listen. But like, if he really wanted to tell me what to do, he didn't have to tell me to shut up. And that's the problem. Like, the problem with him is that when I try to tell him what upsets me, he gets mad, because like when I would just try to tell him like, hey, this is what's bothering me, I need to talk to you. Like, when I tell him about problems in our relationship, he would just like immediately about to spaz off. And it's like, it's hard for me to talk to him because he's going to get mad. And it's just the fact that like, he basically tried this, like, we just got into this whole argument. He kept hanging up on me, basically doing everything that my last ex was doing. And
but listen, sister, chalk it up and charge it to the game. Chalk it up and charge it to the game. Like you said, you're already doing work on yourself, and
it's just the fact that I'm sorry. It's just the fact that I know my worth, and I said, and mind you, he kept doing this, and my mom just leave him alone, and that's exactly what I did. I just blocked him, because I know, not only that, I know my worth. I blocked him, but the lesson that I learned is take care of yourself. Do not settle for less. Not only do not settle for less, but focus on yourself. For me, I kind of don't even want to be in a relationship, because my best friend, we've been friends since childhood, lived on the same block together, and she focusing on herself. She out here, she in college, she living her best life, she an auntie to all her nieces and nephews. She out here living her best life, spoiling her kids and stuff. Like, and I'm busy over here slaving and, bending myself out of shape for somebody who doesn't even want to spend time with me or put up towards the relationship. Because for me, relationships are 50-50. Same thing with the bills, because I was telling my mom, I was trying to get my mom to join your live stream, because like, even though my mom is asleep, but I was trying to tell her what you was talking about, and I said, you really should join. She was like, nah, I'm married.
Right.
So, but what I'm trying to say is that, like, I really don't, like, because like I told her, like, oh, like, what if he's unattractive? What if he got like 40K? Like, what if he only make 40K? But that's the thing. I really don't care about that. We gonna go through thick and thin till death do us part. That's the marriage vows.
Right. Right.
But
like I say though, sister, hold on. Let me get some.
Oh, sorry.
Go ahead.
No, you go. I don't want to. Sorry.
Oh, no. I was gonna tell you it's another person trying to get on, but go ahead, finish up.
I'm sorry.
Nah, it's all good. I'm enjoying it. If it wasn't another person get on, I'll keep you going.
That's my problem. I talk too much.
Nah, just like I say, sister, at the end of the day, continue to work on yourself, to continue to try to get better as well. But, I really want you to go to that last dude. If he blow you off, he just blow you off. But to see what you could have did better. It's not about you trying to get back with him and nothing like that. We charging that to the game. But it's just about learning and trying to get better and learning what he would have wanted more from you, even if you agree with it or not agree with it, but just understanding that part, because the big thing is a lot of people on here said, we're going to talk more, but a lot of people will say you in high school, but I'm telling you, that shit go fast. You're going to look up and you're going to be 28, 30.
Yeah, it's just
I'm telling you, it's going to go fast.
I'm not in high school.
I thought you were okay, no, yeah, you graduated, but you're at high school age. You're 18, aren't you?
In 4 days, yes.
Okay. So you good. You young. Basically, that's what I'm saying.
I graduated last year, and like I didn't even experience senior year. Like I graduated like a year earlier than my class, and with a IQ of like 145. And
that's good.
I really think like, and plus like we should definitely talk more often, because like not only like I genuinely like you as a person, but you're somebody that I look up to. I feel like I could see you as one of my teachers, like not teachers, but like mentors, because like I feel like because I'm actually trying to get some of your books for my birthday. We already got one. I'm trying to get the other two. And basically, I just want you to know that, like, I watch your stuff. I consider you, like, I consider your live streams church for me. Your live
Thank.
streams and you yourself are considered church for me. And I'm wondering if you ever heard of Vicky Dillard.
Of course. I
Do
heard of
you like?
Queen
You
Mother
should.
Vicky. We got to collab together.
Yes,
Right.
yes.
We got to collab together.
Her voice and RZA. Her voice and
Yeah.
RZA.
I
That's
was
who. That's like.
talking to Brother RZA the other day, man. We gotta collab together too.
Yes.
So we're gonna make
And
that
no,
happen real
like
soon.
that's me blowing up your phone, saying like blowing up a lot and be like, I love you, Chase. Like I was such a fan girl. I'm sorry.
Yeah. Absolutely. But listen, sister, I appreciate you calling in. I'm gonna get you off of here real quick and we're gonna talk later.
All right. I'm sorry again. I'm sorry for sorry.
Oh no, it's all good. It's all good. Appreciate
All
you.
right. Thank you, Chase.
All right, take care. Bye. Okay. Good sister, man. Hopefully we helped her. Hold on, let me turn back on the comments, man. Hopefully we helped her come up out her little phase she was going through. But listen, man, I saw a lot of people, hey, man, you're in high school. Listen, man, you got to get better in high school. Ladies, the clock is ticking. Man. You're going to look up. You're going to be from high school to college, from college to 30 to 35 to 40. You dig? So, you got to get better each and every day. That shit go fast, man. Somebody contacted me the other day about my 10-year high school reunion. I graduated in 2013. I was like, damn, bro, it's been 10 years. So it go fast. Family. It definitely goes fast. Let me try to get, hold on, let me see, because I got time for one more. Yeah, you look up and you're 50. Y'all better stop playing, man. Let's get Holistic Secrets. Okay, this is going to be the last one. If y'all want to see a part 2, man, put part 2 in the comment section. If you want to see a part 2, put part 2 in the comment section. Peace, Queen. How you doing?
Good. How are you, P?
Good.
I'm just sitting here still smiling from the woman before. I'm so proud of her for coming on here.
Absolutely.
That was a big deal. Even me, I still sit here like, oh my God, I don't know if I'm going to go in there or not.
Right.
I was like, why not? Let me just do it.
Absolutely.
But I wanted to just say, like, I've been watching for like the whole time. I think almost the whole time, at least from the beginning.
Okay.
And I just, respect everybody's opinion and what they said and all the good things. But I feel like we missed like a couple of like simple things like love and like a deep connection with someone. So I wanted to kind of just say, like, let's not forget about that, because someone did mention, what happens if, your legs are broken tomorrow? Are you gonna, still want to be with me and all those things? I feel like if you have a deep connection with somebody and you really love somebody and you built that foundation in the beginning, then, all the other things can come. Not saying that.
Let me ask you. I'm sorry to cut you off. Go ahead. I'm sorry to cut you off.
It's okay. Go ahead.
I was gonna ask you because, I've been talking to a lot of sisters and they say love is dead. Do you believe love is dead? They say love is, even some brothers say love is a fairy tale. A lot of women wait around for love and then you end up being 50 and 60 and then you like, oh, I'm still single, waiting for love. Some people say you just need to get you a man who you can deal with, who meets certain standards. You meet certain standards with him and go from there. Because they say love is subjective. Love can come and go. It can do X, Y, and Z. So is love dead? Is it not dead? Talk to me.
I believe in love still. I don't believe love is dead. I believe that we are love. I believe that we are a reflection of how much we love ourselves. So if you have true self-love and you are restoring that love within, when you meet, I believe in attracting, what you radiate. So if you love yourself and you have self-love and you're a reflection of that, you should be attracting that. And if you're attracting something that is missing that, then it's something that you're missing within, and you shouldn't be trying to start a relationship anyway,
Right.
So I do believe in love. I believe in love. I believe in building a deep connection with somebody. And then all the other things too that you mentioned before, of course, like, you know, a strong foundation, stability, financial stability. Because even when you were asking, like, you know, I was asking myself, like, could I date somebody that made 30K a year? You know, I was
Hey,
being
let's be
realistic.
real.
Yeah, I was being
Right. Let's
real.
be
Like,
real.
I said, well, okay, maybe if, you know, his job
Mm,
is, if cause I'm still healing and I'm being real, you know, and I feel like if he works for the school district
right.
and he has a love for kids and he's a teacher, you know what I'm saying? And he made $40,000, that's about the salary, about $40,000 a year. Could I
Right.
be with that man? Absolutely. You want to know why? Because I can see the passion and the love he has for his job. He takes care of children, something like that. But if he's like maybe 30K a year and he's working like at a restaurant, flipping burgers or
Mhm.
whatnot, he has just like no ambition of trying to grow or whatever, I think it would be the lack of ambition that would be a turnoff to me versus his salary, if that makes sense.
Right. I see what you're saying. The reason why I always ask the question about the money, because many women, I feel like, value a man based on his ability to provide. I'm not saying that's right or wrong. I
Mhm.
respect it. You know, to me, since the beginning of time, it ain't got nothing to do with Eurocentric values. Even in Africa, men were supposed to be the providers.
Right.
So a lot of women, I feel like, they'll say, well, it's fine if he made 40K, but I'm not going to be submissive. Or you'll be trying to pull on his manhood every time you look up, like, nigga,
Right.
I pay more, I made more than you, you know?
Right.
So are you going to be that type of woman that says, okay, you have a genuine love for this brother? I didn't get your other two. What is, you said love, passion. Did you say passion or
I just said love, like a deep connection,
deep
and a
connection
strong foundation.
and a strong? Now, what do you mean by strong foundation?
I guess I mean, like, you know, you guys are truly like building a strong foundation. So like, you know, your spiritual values, your moral values, you know, what you guys both want in each other. Because when you bring it back full circle and you were saying like, are you willing to like sacrifice some things to make that work? I guess I can say, as long as it doesn't sacrifice my peace, I'm willing to change and wiggle and whatever if it's not sacrificing my peace. You know what I mean? If you say, hey, you know, you're a small girl, but I feel like you need to be maybe in the gym a little more to get more in shape because you're not really that tone or whatever. Like, I'm here
Right,
for it, baby. Let's go together. Let's do this thing. You know,
right,
if you're like whatever, if it's gonna make me better, I really don't give a damn. You know what I'm
right,
saying? Like, I'm
right.
okay with that. It's just if it's something that's like you got to relax your hair because I really like a woman that has like straight hair. Now you sacrificing my peace, and I don't know if I can do all that for you.
Right. I feel you.
You know,
I feel you.
that's just my opinion. But I
Right.
have been married and I am divorced, and I was married very young. I was married at well, we got together when I was like 20, and I was
hmm
divorced by 27. So, and at that time we were young, and I was very ignorant to marriage. I was very ignorant to it. I did not have role models to look at in the family. I was the married family member. So,
Right.
and we both worked jobs. We were 50-50. We were young, so we thought split it down the middle. He pay, I pay.
Right.
And that shit did not work. You're right. It did not work out.
Right.
And I look back on my marriage as I went through the healing, and I asked myself, you know, what could have worked? You know, was it my trauma mindset that made me
Right.
think that? Because I worked every day and he worked every day, but when I came home, I still had to do my womanly duties because he
Right.
expected dinner on the table, and we have 3 daughters. You
hmm
know, so I had to do the mommy duties and all those things and still do the sexual duties and all that. And still wake up and go to work when he went to work too. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And our marriage literally split because I got exhausted.
Uh-huh.
I got exhausted. I just couldn't do it anymore. And my expectation was I had a false reality of what marriage looked like, you know?
hmm
And on top of that, it was toxic too. We had a lot of bad arguments, and he was abusive. But a lot of it was triggered from just not knowing exactly, you know, what marriage was supposed to look like. And we were just kids, I feel like, and we just didn't really get it. But
Right.
as I started to heal and who I am today and coming out of all that trauma, and I look back on, okay, you know, it's been 6 years now, and I'm like, all right, I think I'm ready to look for love again. I'm making sure that I'm mindful that when I go into this next time, that I got realistic expectations. You know, I've changed my tone. You know, I'm not as like picky, you know, as I used to be back when I left him. I went on this like, he had to have this, he gotta have that, da 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 da. But as I healed, you ain't gotta have all that shit. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
And I think, sister, that's an important question, you know, for the ladies. You know, a lot of ladies, they have these things. I hear a lot of ladies say, I don't want to settle. I'm not going to compromise. Is it worth dying alone? You know,
right.
is it worth dying? You can have this wish list, but is it worth when you're 60 years old waking up and nobody but a dog and a cat next to you or something like that? You know, because I think a lot of ladies, you know, they have their kids, but your kids going to eventually move out. They're going to go live their own life. They ain't going to be calling you like that no more. They're going to check in on you, hopefully every week. But, you know, is this long wish list or saying I'm not going to settle or I'm not going to compromise, is it worth dying alone? And I think, you know, that's an important decision a lot of ladies have to make.
I agree. I feel like as long as you're not sacrificing your peace, you know, as long as it's not anything that's like going against your morals and like, you know, but if it's like little shit, excuse my French, I'm a cusser. You know, if it's little shit like get your ass in the gym, for me it's gonna be like, you know, are you a conscious man? Like, are you like completely blind to the realities of the world? You know, like if you are you willing to learn? Are you willing to allow me to teach you? You know what I'm saying? Are you okay with your woman teaching you these things? Or is that making you feel less of a man, that I'm more knowledgeable than you in certain areas? You know, even us as women, I had to learn how to be taught things from somebody that I may have thought I was smarter than. Like, that's an issue.
Right.
You know? Our egos are so fucked up, you know, just from the way the world has taught us to be. And I'm speaking from a place of being raised by only women, strong Black women. You know, I'm a strong Black woman. I'm a single mother of 3. I'm a full-ass entrepreneur. I'm the woman that, you know, that I hear a lot of the women that you guys were talking about, you know, like I own my own business. I have all these things. I bring all this to the table, and I'm still fucking willing to meet a man that doesn't have everything that I have and give him a fucking try. If he is willing, you just gotta be like open to some shit. Like, you just gotta be open-minded, ready to receive, ready to, you know, just expand your mind, expand, you know, where you at. If you fucking working at Taco Bell and you want to fuck with me, like, you gotta be ready, baby. You know, you just gotta ready, you know. So
I got you. But sister, listen, man, it was an honor to talk to you. This is an excellent conversation. We might do a part 2 tomorrow, so, you know, might have to jump on in, you know. I'm gonna let everybody's ideology sink in, let the live sink in with everybody. And we might have to chop it up again. We definitely gonna have a man on here. Hopefully you tune in for the man, see what the man got to say.
I'm here for it.
Hey, because that might be where you need to be. You might look at stuff different. So, you know, that's what it is. But I appreciate you, sister.
Of course. Thank you. Have a good
All
night.
right. You too.
Bye.
Take care. All right, family. That was a good one. Somebody said dog, cat, and life alert. Lord. Ladies, listen, man, is it worth it? You know, that's a powerful question. You know, I see a lot of sisters saying, I ain't going to compromise. Don't ever settle, ladies. Is it worth dying alone? And also, ladies, a question you have to ask yourself, is the guy settling for you? Is the guy settling for you? You're not the only one that can settle for somebody. Sometimes guys might have to settle for you. Okay, so you got to look at the advantages. Could this guy have gotten something better in a certain category? Just things to think about, ladies. Things to think about. But like I say, let me know right now. Do y'all want to see? Hold on one second. Oh, 1 second. Is it free? Okay. Do y'all want to see a part 2 tomorrow, or do you want to go straight into the guys? Okay, because guys, I'm going to ask y'all the same question tomorrow. Men, what do you want in a woman? And what are you willing to do to get that woman? Because some of y'all were in here joking today. But then when we start talking about the women, and are you willing to provide and pay her bills and pay off all them damn student loans she got from Howard? Are you willing to do it, brother? Oh, hell no, nigga, 50-50, hell no, nigga, I ain't finna do all that. All right, we gonna see. Said Chase be chasing. What are y'all talking about, man? Up to no good. Say, y'all want to see the guys. All right, so I got to decide. We might do the guys tomorrow, or we might wait until next Friday or Saturday. Let this one sink in. You dig? Just talk to me. Okay, somebody said the man tomorrow. We probably do the man tomorrow then. We'll probably do the man tomorrow. Family, listen, I appreciate all the ladies, man. Y'all give a round of applause for the ladies who came on here, because a lot of women, they'll be very vocal in the comment section. Then when you tell them to get on live, oh shit, hold on now, I got to change. I got to pick my kids up from school now. I got it. Y'all got all this stuff to do. But boy, when I post something on my page in the comment section, y'all write novels. Then when I say get on live, you got to pick up the kids. Oh, Lord, I got to cook. I got to vacuum. Oh, Lord, I promised my son I was going to play 2K with him. Oh, no. So salute to the sisters who got on here today and voiced their opinions. Salute to them. Okay, family? For those who don't know, the playback will be on my YouTube page eventually. Goddammit, I'm going to put it up eventually. Voice of the Ancestors Chase. That's my YouTube page. So people asking for the playback is Voice of the Ancestors Chase on YouTube. If you don't have it already, go get the Voice of the Ancestors book series. That's my official book series that I wrote. We talk a little bit about relationships in there, but we also talk about knowledge of self. So fellas, a lot of ladies said knowledge of self, knowledge of God body. You need to get that Voice of the Ancestors series to see what they talking about. Okay, to have that knowledge of self. We got it right here. Click that link in the bio. This was written by myself. Okay, so if you like the page, I know you're going to like the book series. So click that link in the bio. Get Voice of the Ancestors Volume 1, 2, and 3. Okay? Volume 1, 2, and 3, absolute classic. So click that link in the bio and go get it. If you're international, you have to get it off Amazon. But you know what it is, man. It's your brother Chase. We've been chopping it up for damn near 2.5 hours. I appreciate all the family. I love y'all. And until next time, family, peace and black power. I'm out.